What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unsung Screamers, episode number 83 on this day. May the 5th be with you.
May the 5th be with you. You missed it by 1 day.
I missed the 4th by 1 day.
You missed it by 1 day.
What an exciting show we have tonight. Give it to them.
Give it to them. Here they are. You know who they are. Look at
Right
this.
here.
Bam. You know these people.
That's Springfield royalty right there.
Royalty.
Whatever.
It is Jody and Sandy Cottengim.
Hello.
Wrong one.
Thank you
Hello.
for having us.
Yes, how are you guys doing?
Really good. Really good. How are you?
I'm doing...
I still hear music. Is there
I
still
hear a
music
little bit.
going on? I
I hear a
like
little
it,
bit.
but it's kind
Now
of
it's gone. Now
it's kind of time to turn things off a little bit.
Slow fade.
Slow
What's
fade. It was just super
everybody's
slow
duper
fade?
slow fade. That's what it was.
Kitchen dinner.
So we have some drinks. What are we drinking here?
Jameson and Bywater.
Nice.
Healthy.
Buy
Cheers.
water.
Healthy drinks.
Bywater.
Healthy.
Healthy.
Yes. Yeah.
Cheers, everybody.
We're gonna
Cheers.
Be the Bywater people.
Are you sponsored by them?
I would love to be sponsored by Bywater.
It would be nice, right?
Bye
Yes.
bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
That's a JT thing.
I like me some JT.
Well, even before we just literally started, we were talking about this piece that you brought for us right here. You got that showing?
It's
now?
on the big camera.
This is like, if you can't tell, this is actually,
It's like,
Like-
glass that's been made and
it's art. And,
It's art.
And Jody's going to explain that here in a minute. So
We played Salina, Kansas.
it's
back it up.
actually signed by the person
by the
who
artist. Oh, nice.
actually made it.
And turn it
She
around,
made
'cause
that
it's-
up or
And
not.
it's
a nightlight.
actually
It's a
little
nightlight.
like nightlight
Look
kind
at that.
of thing.
Super cool.
Anyway, so we were just talking about how you obtained that. What was the story?
We went to Salina, Kansas at the Smoky Hill River Festival. And it's probably the neatest gig we'd been to. It was 3 days long. We did like 6 shows in 3 days, and they'd bounce us off of a main stage and off a small stage. And when we first walked in there, you know, you go there and there's a million tents and things are just regular looking. And we were like, oh, cool. And everything looked really cool. And we walked over to a hat place. And the first hat that I picked up was like $480 some odd dollars. And it's like, no, sorry. Walk out, get away.
I got my oils on it.
And what we could, yes, DNA.
Get out.
My DNA.
was not here. Shit.
Wrong tent.
Yeah. No kidding.
And we quickly figured out that this wasn't like a craft festival. It wasn't like a yard sale or a swap meet festival. It was a real art. So these are all pros. Now, these guys are as pro as we are because our art is music and their art is whatever they were doing, making glass or
Right.
turning instruments into stuff, making
They
lamps.
actually have to apply to be in the festival.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
like
wow.
they did.
You
Yeah,
gotta be, like,
Jody had to go
approved.
through,
That's
an
cool.
application process
Yeah.
to be in the festival.
And their vendors or their artists had to as well.
Wow.
So you couldn't just say, "Hey, I'm
Yeah.
Jody and I make butterflies out of sticks." You know, you couldn't do that. But that is where I stole that idea.
Oh, how
'Cause-
fun.
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Nice.
It was. Totally did. That's the truth. But we walked around and realized that we were in the middle of like something. And then we ended up getting to play there 3 years in a row. So as time went by, we ended up being able to buy some neat stuff. And
Cool.
You play very well piano.
Oh, well, I'm okay. I'm no Casey Cavanaugh.
I'm no Dan. I'm no Dan. No, you're right. You're not. And that's good.
Hey, it all trickles down. You got to fit in the spectrum somewhere.
That's right.
You have your spot.
Yeah.
There's other things I'm good at.
There's
Who
other-
cares?
You're
other
really good at piano is what I was going to say. Casey plays shit out of sax. You know? And he'd tell you the same.
Oh, that's fun. But he does play well.
But yeah, we bought that there, and I can't come here without dumping a truckload of crap on you.
Love
Yeah,
it. Our,
yeah.
our studio is peppered.
We like gifts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
we
awesome at
have
it.
we have
givers.
Jody presents everywhere.
Yep. Look at this right here. And then there's some stuff behind me. There's
And the drums from the intro.
and the drums
show
on
that,
over here on the intro. There's a little drum
that
set.
little drum set.
There,
Ooh,
like
and
a-
the
See the
Wild
Indians?
Yeah.
See the Indians?
You
oh
gotta-
yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
What's
playing the
story
drum.
with-
Look at him. He looks like he's playing the drum.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
So is there a story behind the Indians?
Yeah. We have bought a trip for our family in June, And the way we did that for Christmas, since it was a Christmas gift, but there wasn't much
Came
we
later,
could do,
right.
we decided to do kind of like a scavenger hunt type gift. And so we were going to Indian Rocks Beach, Florida.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So we got airplanes. We got
Like little ones.
you know,
Yeah.
Oh,
toy airplanes, and we
Toy
put them in a box.
Right.
We got rocks and put each person's name on however many rocks it took.
Right.
We got Indians because we're going to Indian Rocks Beach. We
Right.
put sand in a, toy fish. So we kind of, each box kind of led to the ticket that we had for each
Awesome.
family member with their name printed on it. It was fun.
And
That's
so
neat.
that's coming
Yeah.
next month. That's
Yes.
next
Yeah,
month.
it's 30 days
from
today.
today.
30 days
Yes.
from
Yeah,
today.
we've been
Nice.
celebrating that
How long are you going to
today.
be gone?
Just from
5
the 5th through the
days.
10th.
Nice. Yeah. That's still good. That's a good time. Yeah, that's
Take
enough.
them
Everybody.
home.
That's enough, though. Like
Yes.
5-day trips are freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Right?
9 of us.
9.
Wow.
We're going to take mom and
Oh,
take
cool.
the
Every
girls
child.
as boyfriends.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
deal.
the whole bit.
Shipping in the boys from the East Coast. And it's like,
Yes. First time
better
we've
be
ever
there.
done anything like
That's
this.
cool.
It'll be
Oh,
fun.
that is
That'll
really
be
cool.
awesome.
get your butt to
Yeah.
the airport. And I better be meeting you.
Better be
Yeah.
there.
I'm ready to pay for an Uber to take you to the
Two
house.
hours early. Get there 2
Get there
hours
2
early.
hours early. That's right.
Yeah.
Gotta be early, no matter what.
Tara's brother Brent just flew back home to Sweden today, and he's a couple of years older than Tara, so he's all our age, and he still is in the 2-3 hour early thing to the airport. And I'm like, in Springfield,
It's a Springfield
Yeah.
Airport.
His Springfield's 30 minutes. Just
Yeah.
You roll in with
Yeah.
sleep in your eyes.
I know,
We're ready
I know.
to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a completely different deal. You get there all early, and you're like,
Now
check
what?
in, and you sit down. And you're like,
Yeah.
why did I get here so
Yeah.
early?
He ultimately said he went and had a coffee and relaxed, and
It's about the same size as a Walmart parking lot.
it's
I mean,
totally
it's-
yeah. You could walk across it in 3 minutes. How many terminals? 1. How many gates? 5. Something like that. 6 maybe.
I don't know.
Not something like this. but
Not
yeah.
very many.
There's
Still-
a bar.
There's a.
There's
Yeah.
a bar.
That's what we.
the bar's
what
dangerous.
matters.
Its
That it
bar is
is.
white.
That's
I
right.
remember.
I love it.
I was flying out of Chicago one time, and actually from here to Chicago. Then I was going to New York City with a couple friends of mine, and our gate was basically, just about to start boarding. I mean, I would say still 30 minutes, and me and one of my other buddies thought we could still make it outside to have a cigarette.
Oh, no.
So I think we can make it. And our third buddy's like, don't. Like, you guys are stressing me out. Don't. You're not
Right.
going to make it. Like, we can do it. We'd already been buzzing from the couple bar airports that we'd already hit. And we were like, we're going to do it. So we left the airport. Kind of forgot that we got to go all the way back through security again.
Right. Stand in a line.
We went out there. We're both giggling and just laughing our asses off, having a cigarette right outside the airport. It's like, okay, we better. The plane's already boarding, and it was, Chicago, big airport. All right, put cigarettes out. We start running through the airport. We get through security. We're minutes away from the actual plane leaving the gate. And as I'm running down the big hallways at the airport, I run into a guy I went to college with who I hadn't seen in like 20 years. And he's like, hey. And I was like, hey,
Gotta go.
I gotta go. Not
no
now.
time for this. And he
I
was
really
like,
love you. See you later. Bye.
yeah, it was totally that, which was like the rudest
thing
like,
ever.
We were in a band together. Like we were in a band
you're
together
tight.
back at
Tight,
SVU.
tight.
We were tight. And I ran into him and I literally was just like, I can't do this right now.
Right. So,
And I ran off. And as we got to our gate, the plane was taxiing away from the.
Oh no.
We're like, shit, we missed it. So we had to sit around and wait.
So you could go back
Did
and
you go
find your
find
friend.
the
I was
guy?
gonna say.
Yeah, I tried. I was like, I'm gonna go back and see if he's
Remember
around.
me?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
I'm real
Sorry.
sorry, but
Sorry, I was a jerk a minute ago.
let me
but
tell you what just happened.
yeah. There was another
goodness.
So I
plane.
just listened-
Another
and-
plane left about 2 hours later, but
What's funny
our
is
buddy
that-
was on the plane texting us like, "You sons
jerks.
of bitches."
But what happened was, if you hadn't run into him and saw him, you might have made the gate.
I might have made it.
Yeah.
It was literally the thingy was still coming off the plane and it was pulling out when we got there.
As I used to call it, that's the thing that sucks the people out. When I was a little kid, I was like, that's the thing on the plane that sucks the people out.
Well, it kind of does.
Yeah. It's like, it sucks the people out. Sorry, that's my family's humor.
Fun.
So we got some people here saying hi. Julia says she has pants to match this. So I used to have pants that
Your
match this.
shirt.
Yeah, I used to. Can you imagine me wearing these with those pants I used to have? No way. Like one side was this color and then one side was black. And then the other was the opposite on the back.
cool.
But those were like size 5s and I don't fit those anymore. So they're
That's
gone.
okay. I have pants like that too.
Oh, there's Jody. Jamie, JD, Joe. What the fuck? There's Jared right there. Jody with his bye.
Bye.
Bye. Pretty sure I found about 20 of those under the stage at the Riff when I first started over there.
You did. And drumsticks. And
And then there's a Terry Jones. Hello, mates. Hello, sir. What am I hearing?
Jody, will you slide that down right next to the orange?
No. Next
to
one.
the left of the yeah.
Why are we still hearing that?
Okay, go up to the blue
Craig.
area and on the 2 buttons up above.
Oh, yeah.
The one on the very top. No, in the blue area. No, the
Up on the flat.
on the
There's
channel,
no knobs. It's
on
just
the
a
channel.
It's
There's
just a
little-
flat button on the channel. No.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Push that. Okay. that'll work.
Somehow you were still hooked to it.
Yeah, I've got everything turned down, but it's still
Crazy.
there.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
I'm
Hi,
blind,
Tom
so I was
Hembry.
trying
Tom
to-
Hembry. Oh, Jared says Beetlejuice because of my shirt. Right on. Looking good, Sandy. Jared says.
Oh, I love Jared.
thank you, Jared.
Thank you.
Tom Hembry says, "Hey kids."
Yeah, I saw
T.
that. There's a.
Hey,
Jateri says, "Hello, mate."
I said that a second ago.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Well, I don't listen to you.
I know you don't listen to me. It's
We've been married long enough for me to not listen to you.
really
when you
4
talk.
years is long enough to not listen.
What?
Wait, what?
What?
But you're supposed to just go.
That was
I
probably
just wanted to
in the-
say it again.
Yeah. Sure. Why
Yeah,
not?
I just wanted to say it.
Why the
twice.
hell not? This is just a fun night, right? Absolutely. It's Cinco de Mayo. Why aren't we drinking tequila? Does anybody in this room like tequila? Because we don't have any.
No.
No,
No.
we're
No.
good.
We're good.
It's good.
We're good with our
I
Jameson.
mean, I'm
biggest
not,
fan.
I'm not against it, but
I'm not against it. I don't disbelieve
it
in.
doesn't like me.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yes. I understand that completely. So that's it for the comments for a minute.
We just found a real interesting fact out
Oh, yeah?
about
Yes.
some tequila.
Did you?
Do share.
Share.
Okay, so our daughter Kayla, who is a college student and able to drink, she
Okay.
apparently she likes tequila, and she was drinking gold tequila. Is that
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
I'm
Like
not a
Cuervo
tequila-
Gold
I
or
don't, I
something?
don't know. So
Gold
something
tequila.
was gold.
Okay.
She loves gold tequila, and some night that she was drinking it recently in the past month, her face broke out in.
Like
And was
this-
it one side?
This color red.
Oh,
Like
my
that.
It was maybe
goodness.
one side, just
But it was
real bizarre, and
Very-
of course
you could tell there was something happening in a
Jeez.
spot.
I don't know if she sent it to her dad the next day. Okay. So anyway,
Okay.
told dad the next day, and dad was like, "Whoa!" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on. It was almost, kind of strange." So then she went to school.
I said, well, I
college.
guess you stop drinking tequila.
Right.
So
I mean,
she-
reactions are not why we do
She
this.
had a lab at her college here in town, and she's a biology major, so it was some kind of science lab, and she just mentioned it to her lab professor, and he said, "Interesting," and he said, "You don't happen to be allergic to penicillin, are you?" And she said, "Yeah, I'm allergic to penicillin." He said, "Well, special thing about gold tequila is if it sits around long enough, it can grow."
Oh, my
Penicillin.
God.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she said, "Oh," and he said, "So you need to stick to the silver." And I was like, "What professor is this?
This is the cool one.
What?"
So keep drinking it, but go with the silver.
Just
Yeah,
switch.
thank
Switch back to
you.
silver.
That's
You're
what
going
we're
to have
paying
to go
for.
back to silver.
Well, as a
And-
biology major, that's
Thank
fantastic.
you.
That's
Yeah.
fascinating to learn.
I know. So I learned that through our daughter.
Well, see, what's
Happy mom
funny
and
is
dad.
if she goes on to get like a PhD, she could use that as part of her
Yeah.
thesis. Like, hey, my sophomore, freshman year, where is she at?
She's a senior.
Senior.
But
Oh,
yeah.
she's a senior.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
my senior year. So this is what I learned. Oh my God, I didn't know that.
I
By
didn't either.
reaction, by, it's like, again, it was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then
Very
it was
wild.
coincidence that it just happened to
That she
get
mentioned
brought
it
up
to
in-
him.
in
Wow.
the
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
So if you're not allergic, it would be healthy.
There you go.
Well, true. Yes.
I'm not allergic.
However,
It's
that
penicillin,
works.
so
Yeah. Right on.
Pickles you. It pickles you.
Super interesting. I love that freaking stuff. Yeah. And then
Do you
Jared,
guys do the picklebacks?
No.
Yeah.
Have you heard
I
of
don't
it?
do
Or?
picklebacks,
this
pickle juice,
pickle
pickles.
vodka?
You don't do anything
Oh,
pickle.
you just don't like pickles in general.
I'm
Was this
really
a pickle
picky.
vodka?
He's anti-pickle.
Huh?
What's picklebacks?
Like pickleback, you literally drink pickle juice after you take a shot of tequila, and it's amazing. I mean, of course, it would help to enjoy
If you
enjoy
liked
dill
pickle.
enjoy dill pickles, but you know how harsh
Tequila,
tequila
yeah.
can be.
Yes.
Right.
You shoot it, you instantly back it with pickle juice, and it's like you didn't even take a
Like
shot.
clears it.
we have some kind of, is it pickle vodka?
Pickle vodka
Spicy
or something.
pickle?
Spicy.
Oh, it
pickle
actually is like
vodka.
flavored.
I don't know. It's on top of
Yeah.
our fridge.
The
babe,
girls brought it home too.
That's something else.
The girls brought it home. I fucking love that.
Girls rock. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
But we discovered that, I don't know, a while back, and it's like anytime you drink. But you can also
Something
do a pickleback
harsh.
for if you do a straight jack shot or something like that. Something that's a harsh,
Just neutralizes.
something that bites you, and you can drink that pickle juice. If you don't like pickle juice, it's more disgusting than the whiskey itself.
I
so
think freezing liquor and then drinking it.
I
helps in
totally
that.
agree.
If it's coming straight out the freezer, then it's not going to hurt you so bad. But hot liquor can really hurt you.
It hurts me.
And make your, it'll trigger everything.
bubbly.
Asthma,
There's
it'll
something about it. You're right.
acid reflux, headache, all of it, just like bam.
Yes, it's
But
crazy.
really cold.
Not for me.
Cold.
Not for me.
I do cold.
Jared just said he's allergic to penicillin, C-chlor, more specifically. And he loves tequila, so that may have just saved
So
his
now
life.
he knows not to drink gold.
Don't drink the gold.
That's fantastic. Good to know.
per,
right?
per this professor at the local college here
That's
in town.
very interesting, though. I bet it has. Well, if she
I'm
doesn't,
sure it's real.
Oh, now I want to check it out.
if she can
I
drink
really
the
do.
other kind, then we're good. So, yeah, I'm gonna go over here to Brian. Brian's like, love pickle juice and tequila. Thank you, Amy O. Yes, I think wasn't it Amy O?
Amy O might have turned us on to it originally.
There might be other claims. Yeah, it's time for
Ice.
more drinks. It's for my more ice, and we
I'll
have
play
more in the other
bartender.
room too. So if we need to get more ice, we'll do it. Get some more ice and these lovely little Jameson drinks.
So
He says I do drink gold. I just don't let it sit around for very long.
Yeah,
so
if
that's
it's-
there
if
you
it's
go.
older.
That might be it. Yeah, these
Maybe.
headphones they don't adjust very small. So sorry if it's
You're
dripping.
fine.
If it's
No.
dripping on your ears. I meant to say drooping.
It's dripping all over.
It's
my
dripping on.
Sounds like a good time.
So earlier, before you explained the penicillin thing, Jared asked, "Did she spill it on her face?" Weird.
No.
ears. Probably so.
Well, she might have.
Maybe she
We
used
didn't get that
as a
answer.
face wash. That
Right.
could be the exact thing.
And he's also asking, "I'm excited to hear about the new additions to Rerun Records." So we'll get around to that for sure. Absolutely. Oh man, I think I do need another drink myself
I was gonna
because
say, give me those little glasses.
absolutely.
Oh, you wanted ice?
Dan poured another one himself,
to,
but I'm on number 2, and
Well, we
let's
gave
do
you
that.
this
little-
water is not going very far.
So are you guys following the Johnny Depp case? Seems like something Jody would really be interested in.
So we do not watch news at our home, first of all.
Yeah,
And
That's probably healthy.
I have seen a couple little meme things, I guess, that go through your
I've
thread.
caught it just by the feed on my thing.
Yeah.
Kayla, of course, it's her age, it's that
Yeah.
drama thing. So she tries to talk with me about it, but no.
No.
It's trash. I mean, like Jody says, trash in, trash out. So
Oh, yeah.
try
Yeah.
not to let a lot of that.
I think it
weird-
was in November of like a year or so back that I was so disgusted with. I think you were probably tangenting around that time too about how about you take red and you take blue, and that fight, and the black and the white fight, and the whatever else, the mad and the happy, quit fighting.
Yes.
Right.
So we
And
just turned the news off.
We just turned that worldly news off.
Yeah.
Catch weather. But we literally switched to that Jeremy Raby and Kelly in the morning, and now
Okay.
they got
On Channel 10?
TJ and
For
this guy
entertainment
looks
They
like,
don't do
instead.
news.
We love
Cooking.
Kelly. Kelly Smith is
they just
awesome.
cook and
They're happy.
Yeah.
what's the
They're talking about stuff local in town.
Yeah.
Jody was on he was on one of their things
Yeah.
the other day. They talked about his gig Friday night. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
talked about 4 or 5 gigs that were going
Oh,
on
that's
in
cool.
town.
their weatherman looks like Jimmy Neutron. I mean, it is really cool. His name's TJ, and he's just the happiest dude ever.
He does
and
look like
it's
Jimmy
he
Neutron.
looks like Jimmy Neutron.
Jimmy Neutron.
And I've met Jeremy a couple of times, and Kelly's super good. And we've been on the regular 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
whatever
Yep.
that thing is. But they have that morning show, and that's a lot better than, again, red versus blue, black versus
Yeah.
white.
Yes.
Everybody's dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me tell you
How
about
many
something
shootings
horrible
there
that
were.
happened in Maine.
Yeah.
I live in Springfield.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, but
Oh, you can curse. You can go ahead.
We don't
No.
need to know
If you wanted
don't
to.
want to get that started. But we switched over.
Yeah.
And so I don't keep up on that kind of thing. But I did see something, and I laughed so hard because it was something about the person trying to prosecute him that said, well, wouldn't you say that you're a much larger human being than Tara? And Johnny just said it and went, no. I would not say that. And it was just like, oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
probably is pretty good.
Yeah,
Well-
we should probably be watching it for the entertainment value.
We have been partaking in a
Well,
lot
so-
of it.
What's
Tell
going
us.
on then? Tell
Tell
us all
us.
about it.
Well, you've heard that she shit in his bed, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard
Well,
all
there's-
these
there's
things.
more
I
to it
heard he
than
cut her
that, but
finger
yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
threw a handle of tequila at him, and he had his hand on the bar. And
Might
the
have
way
been vodka.
yes, I'm sorry, I said tequila because I got tequila on the brain, and it literally took the tip of his finger off.
smushed
It
his-
smashed the bone.
Of Johnny's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
took
I
the
thought it was
tip
her
of
fingers.
And
No,
kind of
it
tore
was
the
his.
cap off of his finger so you
and
could
just
see his
whoop,
bones
and the
sticking
bone was
out.
just like a broom. It just frayed like a broom, and it just took the tip of his finger off. He just had his hand on the bar, and this was the second bottle within 5 minutes that she threw at him.
First
the
one
second
missed him.
bottle.
So she's
Yeah.
raging.
Totally.
got rage
And there's multiple stories about this. Now she's on the stand this week, so I've
I
been
have
I've been
seen it.
listening.
We'll get her side.
Oh, I can't wait to get her side. I've already heard freaking an hour's worth of her side already. Oh my God!
It's just wild, like that. This is so big. Like
Yeah.
it's basically a bad breakup, but it's
it's on
like
t-
it's all our business now. I don't know.
Yeah,
why-
I don't. Yeah, that's what I.
It's really sucks.
I
That
don't
part of it
care.
super sucks.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
care.
Yeah.
you know
care.
what they're doing,
Well,
and
there's
that's too bad that someone's pooping in someone's bed.
I know.
Freaking, that's
Yes. Time to get out.
Let's not even
Time
say that.
Time to split.
Yeah.
You
I
see,
love
that's
you.
bad.
I need to leave.
Yes.
Why do we say words like that?
I don't
know.
want you to find me.
Yes. And it's and truly, and
Ew.
you know what's
Change
even
my
more
name.
crazy? What's even more crazy about the whole thing is they both recorded each other over and over and
Doing
over.
these-
It's like how much
Without each other. No.
they were only
Right.
married for like 2 years.
They were already so fired
And
up.
they
mad at
have
each other.
all
They
these
were
recordings from-
secretly recording all
It's
this
like
shit.
what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Oh my
They
God.
were secretly recording
Yes.
each other's
When they
bullshit.
would-
Yes.
Video and
Each
audio.
other, not just one or the other. Each other. They were recording each other, and they
Therapy. That's
have
what they
all
need.
So
this.
now that's a
Therapy is
bunch of
good.
the a bunch of the stuff we're hearing in the court. It's like, oh, here's this.
Look what
There's
he did
always
this
a
time.
good court
Yes,
story
yes.
out there.
Yeah, and there's video. She actually set up a video camera one time while he was pissed off and he was slamming cabinet doors and shit. So she's like moving the camera around and like purposefully, hey Johnny, look over this way, poke,
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 poke.
Yeah.
and she's just moving the camera. And then
Why are you so mad? Why are you
Yeah.
so mad? You weren't mad this morning. Yeah.
There was one point where she's like, I didn't hit you.
No,
No,
I didn't punch
I didn't
you.
punch you. I hit you.
Words.
Oh, that's
my
interesting.
Jesus
favorite. I love
Christ.
words.
I don't know
That's
if you
not
can.
assault.
I didn't know if you can tell which,
Right.
I figured
which-
you'd be all about it.
which way we lean.
I've been trying to stay away because I just want to be happy.
I'm being sarcastic.
It's so funny.
Yeah, Tom Henry just commented, enjoy the beautiful.
Yes, that's right.
Now that's I think about the same time I started that crap was that I was like,
You're so sick of all this bullshit.
how about I put a pretty picture out there?
Yeah. And just
And
smile.
because really social media to me is so insane that I can't, and I don't like, I look, but it's so hard for me. I triple, quadruple think like, because it's always going to be yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I want to let them know what I think.
Right.
You know, it's like, I don't want to start that.
I know.
Because you could go out there and say, and they do it, don't they? Like, that's silver. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I
Oh, it's gotten to that point.
need
Yes.
some more of that in my life.
And everything,
Click.
no matter what, everything is offensive. Everything.
You're right.
You
I
could
am
say,
very offended all the time.
you could
too.
say,
Yeah.
that's black and white. Oh, really? Oh, really? Are
Yeah.
you sure?
Right.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say white and black?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, Jared said,
Totally.
real talk. The time to leave is when you start spy recording your partner.
Yes.
that.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
I think
When
the
you
engine's
see on your
blown.
bank
Flag.
statement that there's all kinds of new cameras being
This
bought,
is what they call a double
I'm gonna
red
go,
flag.
flag.
Knee deep is too deep.
Yeah, you get
Oh
a
my
GPS tracker put in your car. I think it's over.
That's real talk, kids. That's real talk.
Knee deep, too deep.
well, the Johnny Depp thing that sounds, when we were talking about that, it made me think we caught on to a television show called Neighborhood Wars. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of
Just
new
this
to
week.
us, like just a couple days ago. It's like watching a car wreck after a car wreck after a car wreck after a car wreck after. I'm literally like needing to do things, going,
Neighborhood what?
wars.
It's on
So
Oh,
it's
boy.
pissed off people coming over and bitching and moaning about what's going on. And now there's so many cameras. Speaking of cameras, so everybody's Ring and everybody's everything, and you can talk to them. You know, like, would you please get off my porch? And you need to get your damn dog.
Oh, my God.
Sitting in my yard.
I did the other night. We said I'll meet you in the record room, and I'm finishing up some things upstairs, and then I was like, I was standing up in the living room. And I finally got downstairs and I
true.
said, "I'm sorry, I got stuck watching that
stuck.
thing."
I got stuck.
And I was
got
like, I
on
know
there.
what you mean. I did it earlier.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Oh, that's
If
funny.
anyone, if you haven't seen it, I don't know. It was just something we.
Where do we
picked up
find it? Where
It's
do
on
we-
A&E.
Is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Oh my
It's one
God.
of those
it's just something new.
that we
But
got
it's
in my
neighborhood
neighborhood.
wars.
But
Neighborhood
Holy
wars.
shit.
And it's really mad people. Like the
they're upset.
The advertisement, the little intro for it is this lady with
You
two
go, "Oh,
ball
shit."
peen hammers beating this person's car.
Oh,
so
my
like
God.
I'm standing out in your yard with two hammers whacking the hell out of your Jeep. Bam, bam. Get out of my neighborhood. Bang.
She's upset because they're Hispanic.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it's
It
a
has
real
all that.
interesting
You know,
show.
It'll play every card.
got it all.
It'll play all the
Yes.
cards. It'll play black versus
like,
white. It'll play
thank
Hispanic.
God
It'll
I
play,
live in Little
I've lived here
Marshfield.
forever. And I mean, the other day,
I
these
don't
two
mind
people
these
are gonna,
people driving by so fast in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Drive fast.
Go ahead.
And Sandy says, I'll take the occasional tow truck speeding through the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Tow truck.
Yeah.
The thing that us old people
what we
could
deal
bet you
with.
bad in Marshfield.
It's not just get off my lawn. It's slow the hell down.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really funny how even in our neighborhood here, somebody will drive by really fast, and I'll catch myself going, "Slow down!"
Right.
I'm like,
What are you doing? Yes.
I've gotten old. Oh my God.
We do that.
Well, I just think you should slow down.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like,
you should.
freaking retard.
Absolutely.
What's going on?
And
We got
down
kids.
this corridor over here on National, right outside, like we're here off of National. This corridor that here is like real echoey. So anyone that has a crotch rocket,
Oh, yeah.
if they go by, whee, it's like we hear it. It's like it's right next to us, and
Pop, pop, pop.
they do it on purpose. It's because it echoes right in there.
They like to hear it.
I know they love to hear that, and whatever. I shouldn't even say crotch rockets. Anybody that has a loud
Diesel
car,
trucks,
yeah,
those little,
even a Harley, whatever.
what were the
Any-
drifters, the
the little
Tokyo drift.
Yes, those little cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's just super loud.
Speaking of your little house out in Marshfield, you just mentioned, your guys' home is kind of like an adult incredible pizza company.
It's the
There's so many things to do out there. It's just
There's so many things to
lots
do.
of
There's so many
activities.
rooms. There's so many interesting
And
things.
then all the other things, whatever.
And then you guys didn't even get to go outside.
No.
Like, we didn't even.
We
make
saw
it
a
to
little
it.
bit.
We
saw a little bit of the
hung outside,
You
but we
ain't seen
didn't.
nothing yet.
We didn't walk through the gate.
Yeah, the gate, the floating gate.
We didn't go through the
We
gate.
didn't go through the
but,
floating gate.
If you change your mood, you walk through that gate. I'm not kidding.
We have fun
there's
at our
there's
house.
murals and football fields and
And pond. Isn't there a pond?
Pond.
Yeah.
pond and pool and a gate.
We call it the Cottengim Funhouse. That's what we tag it.
freaking
we
awesome.
tag it on.
Cottengim Funhouse.
It's definitely
It's a
the
park.
fun house.
It's
Yeah.
like it's a park.
It's an
It's
adult,
kinda like going to a
incredible
park.
pizza.
Well, we can play golf as long as we keep it at like sand wedge or pitching wedge. We can play golf. And if you're really damn good at golf, well, then we'll get the little John boat out. And it's like, well, then hit that. You son of a buck. Well, there's your green.
Go out.
Push it
It's
out
like
there.
as big as this table.
Let it float wherever it goes.
But
just
the whole chippy, chipping and all that, that's we do that, or volleyball or kickball.
We
or
raised our
wiffle
kids
ball.
there, so our
got
kids have
20 plus
their
years in
sports.
there.
So we always had kids, tons of kids. So
We've had paintball wars out there.
we live in our home.
yeah.
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 Don't mind the party.
Yeah.
I love
So,
it.
yeah.
I love it. It's
Yeah.
what we love is it's very similar to ours.
Yeah.
You've seen our kitchen, how we've got shit plastered everywhere,
Yeah.
and we let the dogs
Just
walk
as
in
far
with
that-
muddy feet. It's
Yeah.
like whatever.
We
It's,
live
As
in a
far
house.
as the
It's a
living in the
lived-in
house.
I
home.
live in
Yeah.
a home. It's a
it's a
home.
lived-in home. Yeah.
Yeah,
Overwhelming
it's
for some people.
it's
Yes.
also
That's okay.
yeah, because it's also like almost like this area museum.
yeah.
I mean, you could charge to get in and see the shit you got out
We
there.
should.
You could.
Well, that'd be cool.
You've got shit that a lot of people don't know you got. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I do.
That's
I
true.
do.
That's
It's,
true.
It's fun.
It's really fun. I've grown up with all the old dudes. I really was.
Yeah.
I was born in Springfield, and my dad was someone that wanted to be a rock star, and so then you take that 40. Well, I'm 52 years old, and I got pictures of me and Lou and Dad and Mom together at age 2.
Yeah.
And that's Lou Whitney, if anybody's
And I
wondering.
think that's a lot about the park and about the overstimulation. I mean, because like people that we know, we have friends that can come to our house and can't take it.
We go outside.
Yeah.
It's just stimulus
Can
overload
we go
type
outside,
stuff.
please?
That's interesting.
Can we go outside?
We felt at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was comfortable
It's
as
just too much
hell.
to look at.
I was
Yeah.
about to fall asleep and spend the night.
But all the indoor games,
That
know,
couch looks comfy. We're going to crash.
there it is.
Yes,
Our
yes,
house sleeps
that's what we
about
should.
50.
Right.
Yeah.
You could come with your G project, and
Yeah.
in the
Set it
yard,
up,
bam.
man.
I
right
love
there.
that. What's
We
the
could
tent
totally
do?
that. Whatever that
Whatever it
does.
was.
Whatever that does.
Right.
Cool looking stuff that pops off of it.
I'm going to jump over here to Julia. She says, Lord help a sister. We've got 138 students and counting running around like crazy over here, but I just hired help. Yay! We'll be at 150, 200, who knows, and much more. Changing young lives with rock and roll.
She works at...
she manages the School
Music
of Rock.
school?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
School of Rock up in Kansas City area.
Oh, cool.
So she's busy. She's always jumping on here, even though she's got students going on and playing around. And Tom says it was Bobby. I'm not sure what that's. Because Jared says who shot JR.
Yep.
Does anybody remember who actually shot JR? Was it Bobby?
I guess it was Bobby.
Okay, I guess.
I'll take their word for it.
A long freaking time ago.
Gaggle it.
Gaggle. Yeah. So, way to go, Julia. Jared says, way to go, Julia. About time you got some help. No kidding. It's hard to find good help, though, sometimes. You got to find the right help. Speaking of rock and roll, what do you guys think of the Rock and Roll and Hall of Fame inductees? Have you heard?
Well, Dolly's one, right?
Dolly is one. She denied it at first, and then she was overwhelmed by the votes,
She
and she
didn't
came.
deny it. You
No.
keep using that word deny.
She
just
wanted not to do it.
respectfully did not
Yes.
want to be considered.
Yes.
That's a little different than denying.
I know. I don't mean it as a shit, but Dolly can't be a shit. She's awesome.
She was kind of just being like, oh, whatever. That doesn't make sense. And then later she kind of was like, okay, fine.
And she was like third
And she
in
was
the
one of
voting.
the ones that made it.
She was third in the public vote with all those nominees.
And Eminem.
Eminem, and Judas Priest got special recognition, but they didn't get performer, which
Judas
is weird.
Priest didn't make it.
They didn't get
but
performer.
Dolly did.
They got special recognition. Which
I don't know about that.
I think that means runner up. I don't know. Carly Simon was inducted.
No, you're spreading some misinformation.
I'm not. I
only
absolutely.
saw
Well, let's go
green
back
name.
to the
There
Eminem
was
Dolly
there
Parton
was
part.
possibilities, and then only 5 got
I
actually
know, and
inducted.
Carly Simon is one of them.
If it ended
I'll
up
bet
being
she's not.
Eminem and Dolly Parton,
You're right.
Oh my God, the next hit record.
it's really not the
That's
same
fine.
thing.
No, it's not, and they're not rock and roll. Neither one.
So, wait a minute. No.
Who are we missing? Yes, Carly Simon is one of the inductees.
Maybe.
Lionel Richie was another one.
Okay.
He was a rock and roll
Okay.
Hall of Fame. But I think the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You need to double check this information because there was a list of like 20 people,
I got you, boo.
and you don't have to do it now. But I don't know if those.
No, right now.
Right now, we're
Those
live.
No.
I thought a lot of them were considered, but they weren't actually inducted.
I just read the inductees this morning, babe.
Where did you read it?
In the fucking news that nobody
On
nobody
something
watches.
Zuckerberg put together? Did Mark Zuck read it? You can't trust that shit.
Yeah, right. Dolly Parton, Pat Benatar, Duran Duran, Eminem, Eurythmics, Lionel Richie, and Carly Simon. So, to you.
That's
so
rock
mean.
and roll. That's rock and roll.
Duran Duran. See, our Screamer Dreamer medication information popped in here. Some of the options get voted on by the public. The top 5 are those considered, and there are also other inductees that go regardless of fan vote. So yeah, but those are the 5. And also, they included with Pat Benatar Neil Girardo, her husband, which is interesting to me because I think he's awesome, but nobody knows who he is.
I have no
He
idea.
I
was
didn't
everything.
I know.
Pat Benatar would not exist
and
without him.
she would say that, but it's interesting that they both got named as inductees instead of just Pat Benatar.
I don't think it's weird at all. He
That
is.
just proves how powerful he was.
He's
the backbone.
He was
of
her
it.
Way
sound.
more.
I agree. I totally
He
agree.
was more than her sound. He was her existence. That guy did everything. He wrote the songs. He produced them. He did everything.
Did all the booking.
He's a complete badass, and he stayed in the shadows,
He did.
and he let her shine, and that makes him even more of a badass. He should have made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Pat Benatar should not have.
Really.
She should have been stuck by the wayside.
Well, love is a battlefield. So.
with fucking
The Eurythmics.
Yeah, Eurythmics.
Yeah, that guy.
Is that,
Dave Stewart, is that his name?
the Eurythmics is a guy?
Well, Eurythmics is
One of them's a guy.
Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart.
Okay.
And whoever. Like, is it a certain band? Like, I don't know. But Carly Simon is interesting because she's a folk singer, and she still made it too. So Carly Simon and Dolly Parton
So rap, country, folk, rock and roll.
doesn't fuck. Yeah, it's all. I think
No Judas
Click.
Priest.
no Judas Priest, but they got
And no Judas
You don't
Priest.
fit
Judas
in.
Priest got like some sort of. They're in there, but they're not as a performer, which is so freaking weird.
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm not a big Judas Priest fan.
I'm not either, but
Yeah, I
they're
could care less.
Sorry.
all right.
I know it's going to piss some people off,
Did
I
Judas
think I
Priest-
played a couple of their songs
especially
in the 80s.
Jared. Yeah. I know.
Musical Excellence
Green
Award.
Manalishi, does that make...
Oh, good. Kayla's finally found us.
Yay, there she is.
Kayla, we told your story
Oh my gosh.
about the gold
Penicillin.
penicillin.
We told a penicillin.
We told the
story.
penicillin story. That sounds awful, though. It's regarding tequila, so we have to
Fits our
clarify
game.
that.
Whatever.
Fits our
She's a
freaking life.
dork.
That's Cottengim's about the penicillin
I've been looking
story.
for 20 minutes.
Dan, Julia says, "Bite your tongue, Dan. Pat deserves recognition, and so does Neil." I know. We finally agreed. You know, we agree. Here's Russ Weatherby. Hi, Russ. He's like, behind every good woman is a man. Wait, did I get that right? Kayla's like, silver tequila only.
Yes.
Judas Priest rocks. You can tell. You can all deep throat a cactus.
Oh my goodness.
Is that what he said?
Yes.
Oh, grab it.
I knew he'd be upset at
Just grab it.
Can you read that one?
Just grab
the
it.
Judas Priest non-love.
I think it
I
was
mean, I'm not
green.
saying
been
they're
talking too much.
horrible. I just never got into them. He said it's you talking about it's very weird.
Yeah.
It's very weird. So if and when Shania Twain goes into the Country Music Hall of Fame, Dan better be protesting if Mutt Lange is. Mutt Lange is not the same.
Not the same.
It is
No!
not the same as Pat
No!
Benatar's husband. Pat Benatar's husband is awesome.
Yes.
Mutt Lange is a dick.
And a cheating
His
bastard.
name's Mutt.
I
Yeah.
mean, his name's Mutt.
I mean, his
Well,
name is
his
Mutt.
name is Mutt.
So
he's
Good grief.
He's lived a hard life.
Anyway,
that guy.
What is
Mutt.
he? Mutt.
Come
Mutt
on,
Lange.
believe it.
Mutt.
Anyway, what else did it say? Dan better be protesting if Mutt Lange isn't inducted as well because he was her sound. Just saying. I wasn't necessarily talking about all that.
No, producing wise, yes,
Have
absolutely.
you watched Pat Benatar? I don't even know the guy's name, but I still think he's awesome.
Neil Giraldo?
Neil
Giraldo.
Giraldo. Like Geraldo?
There's a
Neil
lot.
Geraldo.
I want to get it right. Go ahead. Talk what you're going to talk.
Neil Geraldo.
No.
Geraldo.
Why is Geraldo pronounced Geraldo and this guy Geraldo is Geraldo?
Because he doesn't like.
they're spelled the same.
He doesn't like want to take advantage of his Hispanic background like Geraldo.
But
Rivera
Geraldo
does.
is more popular and it's spelled exactly the same.
I know, but Geraldo Rivera is a Peterhead.
Crime analyst.
Thank you.
So
Or something.
We're talking about Pat Geraldo.
No.
Neil Giraldo.
Near.
Pat Geraldo because
Hey, wait. It's near
It's near that.
Geraldo, but it's not. It's Neil,
Neil.
whatever the fuck he said. It's near Geraldo, but it's not.
It's not.
It's Neil
Neil Giraldo.
Joelraldo.
Joel Raldo.
Good grief.
Joel.
No, that's the redneck
Joel
version.
Raldo.
You know Joel Raldo?
Yeah, you know Joel Raldo.
Joel Raldo
We're
played
from
over there at
Marshfield.
Camden.
Yo,
Not
Joel-
fucking
Mutt,
funny rock.
Mutt Lange needs to go to the douchebag Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Right up there with old, that guy.
Keep your thoughts going.
You know.
I can't read your thought bubble.
From the fucking
From the fucking
I'll bet people listening can remember because I've already gone on a rant about him. The douche of all douchebags.
Well, fucking, who are you talking
The
about?
douche of all douchebags.
Are you talking about Harvey Weinstein?
Dude, we're talking about music,
Oh.
Tara. Focus!
I'm over here thinking Jim Morrison. Jim Morrison.
Douchebag.
Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I know it's not going to be like one of the first answers on Family Feud, but it's going to be down here, like number 7, number 8.
Exactly.
Okay, I don't got number 1 yet, but
Okay.
when they come to me, I'm going to go.
The number one
Jim Morrison?
douchebag in music.
In music. Oh, Lindsey Buckingham.
Ding, ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, he's not a fan.
Fleetwood Mac.
I hate Lindsey.
Don't know anything about him.
He's
In
think-
Family Feud, Lindsey
Lindsey
Buckingham
Buckingham
would be there. Mutt
Okay,
Lange would
name-
probably be about 4.
Name the number 1 douchebag in music.
Lindsey Buckingham.
Ding.
Number 1.
Pat, you going to play? Are you going to play?
We're gonna play.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Tara, you're up next.
right. I'm gonna say-
100 people surveyed. Who is the biggest douchebag in music?
Neil Sean.
I was gonna say that. Neil
Sean
Sean.
of Journey.
Bing.
Number two. All right, your turn. Biggest douchebag in music.
And I don't get
Come
to
on,
use
Jody.
Morrison anymore.
Come on, Jody. 100 people
You
surveyed.
certainly can. We're starting over.
Who is the biggest douchebag
Top
in music?
6 answers are on the board.
Top 6 answers are on the board.
And what we've got, number 1 and number 4
We got
already.
number 1 and 2.
We have number 1, 2, and 4. Jim Morrison,
We technically
Neil
haven't-
Schon,
We haven't mentioned Mutt Lange. So.
Neil Schon,
Neil Schon. Fucking dickhead.
and Lindsey Buckingham.
Okay, fine. You play guitar great. Awesome.
I hate
Dick.
that guy.
Fuck that guy.
You know
Shit.
my bar owners and booking agents story. I freaking think they all suck. That's really what it's all about.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Those promoter people in the music industry. So I would want to say like the promoter people, like the guy that the colonel or whatever that got
Oh,
Elvis.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
And
God.
the rest
From
of them,
Elvis?
or whatever.
Oh,
whoever,
okay.
you know,
Is that
the-
your answer?
Sam.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. Good answer. Sam, whatever the fuck his name is. Bing! Number 3. All right. Julia says this. Look at this. Look. Wait. I'm sensing a new game will be played next week on Audio Roast.
Oh,
Oh, the Family Feud.
Ding, 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 ding.
Number 1.
Oh, my
so
God.
joke,
And,
you
and
have
of
an
course,
asshole.
Jared. Look,
Jared said it's literally already
happening as we speak.
Take it.
I love it. We surveyed 100
You're
people.
welcome.
So Screamer Dreamer medication information says Geraldo is Sicilian in origin, as in Neil. Soft G. Geraldo Rivera is Hispanic in origin, silent G, but not silent.
There it is.
It's
That's a real answer.
It's a instead of a
My ignorance was just trying to make a joke, but she
Yeah.
actually answered it for real.
yeah.
That's
Fucking
like,
A.
I
That's
liked
why,
your answer better.
that's why she's on staff. Okay, it's your turn.
Well, I was gonna
Douchebag
go with
in
the
music.
same thing, but I don't know what is. Well, that's new. But who's the guy that stole all of Taylor Swift's songs? And wasn't he also the manager like of Justin Bieber? And what was that guy's name?
gosh.
He had a. It's I don't know. I cannot think of his name, but I think that a lot of people do not like him. I don't know who those people
you know
are.
what? We got-
okay, fine, Mutt, because his stupid name's
Mutt.
Mutt.
All right,
There you
Mutt
go,
Lange.
Mutt.
Good answer. Survey
Didn't
says
change his stupid name.
Mutt's up there. Mutt is
number
up there.
5. Number 5.
Ba-da-ba,
Ba-da-ba.
ba-da-ba,
Ba-da-ba.
ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba.
It is
Fucking
so
A.
good. If you knew how many hours of that show we watch
Oh,
on
hell
a daily
yes.
basis.
Hell yeah.
It's safe TV.
That's
is-
so
Save
true.
TV.
It's like
I'm Googling. Who is the guy
What is
Colonel
this
Sam
bucket?
Parker.
who stole what? Stole
Sam
what?
Parker. Oh, that stole Taylor.
The stole
Yeah, what is this guy's name?
Stole-
as soon as you hear
I
it, you're
thought
going to
too
be
was
like,
the Beastie
Taylor
Boy guy that
Swift
told him that Paul's
Russell
boutique sucked,
Simmons.
and we can't do that.
music.
Oh, right,
You know,
right,
we're not
right.
gonna be able to do that shit. But
Right,
Scooter
I know
Braun.
you just. I know you're kicking
Scooter
ass.
Braun. That was number 6.
There
We
you go.
just didn't need the points.
Scooter.
His name is Scooter? Of course he's
Of
on
course
the
he's a
biggest
big
douchebag.
Scooter.
Mutt Scooter.
Scooter. Oh, see, Kayla said it. She said it right
There
there.
used to be
yeah,
a
see,
punk rock
it's a-
band called Scooter Mutt.
And
Scooter
Lindsay.
Mutt. Yeah.
Sucks.
Lindsay, Mutt, and Scooter.
She says, "You're so smart, Mom. I'm proud of that answer."
There you go.
Nice word.
My new stage
Scooter
name is
around.
Lindsay Scooter Mutt.
Our Screamer Dreamer medication information says, "I bring the facts, you all bring the jokes." Cindy Lucas is here. Hi, Cindy. Instead of name that tune, we have name that douchebag.
Sure.
Jared also says, "Soft G was my stage name."
Oh my God.
Just grab it.
Grab it. Soft G for grab it.
Grab my soft
Grab it.
G.
You want to grab my soft
Back
G?
when he was
Hey,
a
grab my
dancer.
soft G.
It'll be a capital before you know it.
If you listen to episode 38 on the Unsung Screamers,
feeling cursive
you'd hear all
tonight?
about Jared being a dancer. Anyway, and that was his stage name.
He was more than a dancer. He was a dancing drummer.
He was a dancer. True. Hi, Stephanie Cagle. Stephanie Cagle's here. Hello, everyone. Long time, Mr. Jody. Do you know Stephanie?
We knew
Yes.
Stephanie.
We knew
from
Stephanie.
Tripwire.
Nice.
Yes.
And Johnny Cross is here. He says, "Hola." Jared also says, "Soft grab."
Soft grab.
Soft grab.
Uh-oh.
And his
that
music
one
was
That's that
Again with a
dude's
soft
album cover, the Soft Grab album.
he-
Whatever the Lindsay,
Lindsey Buckingham.
no, the Lindsay
Near?
something Mutt. What was it?
Lindsay
yeah,
Mutt.
yeah.
Mutt. Scooter Mutt.
Scooter Mutt.
Scooter
Lindsay
Mutt.
Scooter Mutt album.
There's going to be a band started, the Scooter Mutt. I know it.
In soft G.
Soft G.
That'll be the name of
You know
our
what?
record.
You know what Jared's
Grab it softly.
Jared's
Soft
big hit
G.
dancing song was? Some Kenny G, man. Here's
it
Soft G
softly
dancing to
and G.
Kenny G. Sorry, Jared.
As he softly grabs it. Isn't that what he just
Jared's
said?
getting abused.
He just
His-
said
I
it.
know.
His
said-
outfit included tassels. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes, it
there.
did. And gold.
And he
I seem to
admitted
remember
that
gold tights.
publicly, so
Yes.
I feel comfortable to talk about it.
Oh my God, this is so funny. I love this Family Feud douchebag listing.
Let's go local.
Let's go. Oh!
All right, here we go.
No. Listen,
No,
you guys.
we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
Hang on. Fades black.
No,
Technical difficult. We'll be right back after these
Right.
messages.
Where's that little thing?
The colors, all the colors come up.
Yeah.
There's a problem.
That's it. Mute. Oh my God. Let's not go local. Holy shit.
Oh, you
We've
know,
done that too many
I tell you
times
what,
as a
that-
joke, and we get shit on, so
Yeah, it's bad.
we can't joke too hard.
I got a transition out of that.
Okay.
You got a
So,
transition. All right.
Out of that.
Fantastic.
Right? Because no, we can't just blast all the local ass.
Again.
But
Again.
I brought something that I want you to sign
Yes.
for that freak show house that you're talking to us
Oh, yeah.
about.
For the museum.
For our museum
house.
that
Oh,
you
well,
talked
yeah,
about.
you
We'll
know.
add it, but we just.
I need you, Dan,
Yes.
to sign that. And Tara, if you'd sign it too, it'd be great.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay.
We stole this.
Okay.
Yeah.
You stole
stole
it?
it?
Stole it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right. I'm
There
excited.
was two.
I love
There were
stealing
two.
shit.
Okay.
What?
All right. Oh, you even brought pens.
got the
Yeah,
pens.
Yeah, we
You
brought
didn't bring.
pens.
You didn't bring a light blue pen, did
I'm
you?
a prepared
A light blue.
We'll tell We'll tell that story here in a minute.
No, I tested the
Where's that
pens.
scream at microphone camera?
Right.
All right, I'm in.
Dude.
All right. What do you
Okay.
steal?
There you go.
Oh, you stole it.
Oh my gosh!
I was wondering who
There
stole
was
that.
two of them.
There was one missing at
There
the
was
end of the
we
night.
even end up with one of these. This is
Yeah,
great.
we got one
Did you?
hiding
We
somewhere.
might have. I don't know. Who cares?
So pick your
If
poison.
anybody watching doesn't
Pick your
know, this
poison.
was the sign we posted at Dan's birthday roast last year.
Yeah, we actually put warning signs at the door when
we
you
did.
walked in.
Yes.
Because it was like, it's going to be bad.
We're going to start roasting some ass up in here. And I think we set up at the rewind set up in it.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
that was
was
the
fun.
neatest thing.
It's
It
crazy,
was
right?
So fun.
I've
yeah.
joked around forever saying when I die, I'd like to have a roast. And then all of a sudden you roast him for his birthday. And then to watch it go down, it was just like this.
Oh, shit.
It was pretty brutal.
This is killer. Yeah,
It
for
says
you to
this show will contain offensive humor, insults, adult content, and vulgar language.
it did all that and more. I mean, you could have put nudity.
Keep going. Keep reading.
You could have went nudity,
Yeah,
Right.
it's been,
adultery.
if you're all good with that, come on in and have a great time. If not, you may reconsider coming in.
yeah,
Enjoy.
as polite as possible. If you're not down with that kind of Sam foolery,
I was when I wrote that, I was inspired by Tosh.0. He has a warning at the beginning of his things.
Yes.
It's like, blah, blah, blah. If you're, blah, 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 enjoy. This girl just says so politely,
If you're going to get butthurt about this,
if you're going to get butthurt, get the fuck out.
probably shouldn't come on in here.
And then there's a little tiny warning at the bottom. So sorry, Papa Green Shoes is not playing tonight.
I'm always bad at
We totally stepped on your toes that night.
like
Sorry.
writing something.
But it was actually his birthday.
It was so good.
It was fun.
It really was.
So good.
It was fun. We still have all the stuff. Jared helped us make sure it got all documented on video, but we
just haven't had
just
a minute.
haven't been able to put it all together yet.
We've watched some of it back, and it's like, oh wow, that was.
Yeah, I think
That
I was.
happened?
We were so worn
We were-
out
and
from
we were
working. We were working 24 hours a day to try to get everything ready for this, and we had a great time and loved all the jokes and loved everything. But I think just out of sheer exhaustion, I think I might have forgot some of the stuff.
I'm
Yeah.
sure shock and awe at the time.
Yeah.
Like you get in a car wreck and then they're like, oh, he's in shock. You know,
And then all of a sudden it hurts.
because really, you're right. You just worked your out. It was like by the time you probably put that suit on, and they sat your ass in the chair, you're just like, bring it on.
It was,
Yeah.
no, I
Whatever
was-
you people got. I mean, I've already laid it on the street. So if you found something I forgot about, that's probably going to be the good stuff.
Oh,
Right?
I don't think any stone was unturned.
Well, and what really got me, because I forgot how roasts work. I mean, I remember liking them and you'd laugh a lot when you watched them. Of course, they'll dig on you, but digging on the entire panel. So as everyone came up, and I'd forgot how that worked. And so I was like, oh my. Oh, and then it's like, oh, bang. And it's like, oh.
Yeah.
It was like, well, bang. Whoa. Bang. Whoa. What? And we're just back there trying, we're slinging records in the back, and it's like, you'd be like, they just said that?
Did you hear what they said to him?
Did you? And
His
it was,
kids are here.
it was,
His kids are, and his kid had one of the worst ones.
Oh, it was so good.
Best worst
Elvis
ones.
had some.
Elvis killed,
He had
man.
some rough ones.
He freaking killed.
It was so good. It was so good.
I came out to the song Homewrecker. And then Elvis had a homewrecker joke. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was
What did he
such a
say?
good-
Something like Violet might have more people coming to see your show if you worked as hard at that as you did wrecking my family's.
Becoming a homewrecker or
Becoming a
something.
homewrecker.
Yeah. It was
So bad.
great.
Well, what Jeff Ward ended up in his underwear.
Yeah.
And shit, you know, just
Yeah.
like, well, you take
Had a
it off.
T-shirt.
You take
Here,
it-
Dan, have my sloppy seconds. Or no, you said
was-
sloppy seconds. What did he say? He said
my leftovers.
leftovers
or
or
something.
something on a T-shirt.
Enjoy my leftovers.
And then he just took his pants off.
Sicko.
Yeah.
It was really educational for a guy that didn't know y'all. Like, really don't know y'all real well. You know, like getting to know you. You go to that kind of shit, you walk out of there going, that was a fucking class. We just took class on all them people. I took class on everybody.
Yeah.
You stand at the bar, you hear a different lesson because they're all going, oh, so-and-so back.
Yeah.
It was always fun.
It was super fun. We got a couple of comments, and Jared says he came out to the song Savage. Yes, he did. And Julia says Tara's face when she came out to Homewrecker, priceless. The roast took a lot of work. Dean Daisy said, yeah, Jody told me he had a blast at the Dan roast. And it's really funny because it took a lot of work to put that together, and everybody participated really well. And we were thinking we'll get 15 people because we didn't know that people would gab on that long. Holy shit.
Yeah,
we're
it went a little-
gonna cut it back to 7 people if we do
went
it
a-
again.
it
because
went a little long,
Because some people went 30 minutes. Two people in particular went 30 fucking minutes.
Or
And it was
just
like,
get that big fucking hook that they
Right.
used to use at the Gong Show.
Yeah.
Well,
and get
yeah.
somebody to just be like, we told you, dude.
That's
7
right.
minutes. You
Right.
get 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
the
they-
drinking, you don't take the
Yeah.
drinking into consideration because everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people who were on the dais were nervous. They're not used to being on stage.
Right.
Like, you know, we've been on stage virtually our whole lives, and so I don't have butterflies. I'm not
Yeah.
nervous. It doesn't really scare me. But I forgot kind of that 80% of the people who were on stage that were expected to talk had never been on stage ever for anything ever in their life.
Well,
And
stage
so
fright's like huge.
It's huge,
They
yeah.
were shitting their pants. So
they drank a
of
lot.
them were
Trash.
like trashed before it even started.
Oh, my gosh.
Just to try to get over the nerves. So then by the time they got up and spoke, it was like, oh, they don't know how slow they're going.
Yes.
Your bandmates, your MTV bandmates,
Yeah,
your rock and roll bandmates, they were at the bar.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were blasted.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was literally listening to that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot. It was just like, oh, really?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, really? That's where he's at.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
you know, and of course Brian, he's just bopping around being cool.
Yeah.
Brian's
There's a couple other ones.
I was so
like,
glad to
oh.
see Brian. That was super cool.
It was cool. Brian
Yeah.
was there.
Yeah. And of course, Ken.
There was a lot of people there. You thought 15 people were going to show up. There was like 100, it felt
Yeah.
like, or
Well,
more,
on
150.
stage. I was thinking on
They meant
stage.
15 on
But,
stage.
but
Oh,
out in the crowd,
roasters.
yeah, there was a good
It was a
crowd.
decently
Packed
packed house.
Oh,
Yeah.
they packed it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
man.
great. So you want to sign this now or
So,
wait?
well, just whenever.
Okay.
Whenever.
Yeah.
We
No,
can sign
I'll
it
sign
after.
it. I'm bad at I've
Hey,
never been good
hey,
at what to
man.
write.
Well, it's DAN.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
Hey man,
Dan.
love
Like,
ya.
No.
Hey, man.
Love ya.
No, just
I'll
Dan
save
Fritz.
the text you send me. Don't worry about making that special.
Sandy's just-
that last text you sent me today, I was like, I think I should read this. And then I thought, nope, ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. I love you too. Happy birthday. That's right.
Oh, yeah. You haven't even read the happy birthday
Oh,
text
No.
I sent
God,
to
he
him. have you?
blasted
I didn't.
it. I was like, this is.
It was a little
Dan's
roasty.
feeling pretty good. Dan's feeling pretty good.
I think I'd already had some drinks, and I was just like, I haven't
Today?
told.
No,
this
this
is
was
when it was his birthday.
on my
Oh,
birthday.
okay.
We
I was
sent
like,
him a
your
text.
birthday wasn't today.
It was basically,
And,
I really like. Well, I love you, brother.
I had a couple drinks, and I was like, I still need to tell Jody happy birthday. And then I just was like, this is the only thing he'll appreciate. And you tall motherfucker, goddamn it. Yeah,
I have to read that
I
sometime.
was
That's
giving
funny.
it to him, yeah.
We will definitely sign that before you go tonight. Julia says, I loved the roast, even with the long speeches. We stayed for the whole thing and drove back to Kansas City that night.
Oh, my.
Anyone else who didn't stay? Y'all weak.
Yeah, thank you, Julia. That's awesome.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's amazing because hell, we packed out. You know, it was like an hour out, and we were like, let's
We'd had
pack
too
out
much
the
to
rewind
drink.
records, and we'd had enough. And it was like, we're going to drive back to not Kansas City, but Marshfield. So you're a trooper. It worked
Yeah.
out good.
It was super fun. By the time it was done, there was still about half of the crowd, 3/4 of the crowd. So it was really freaking
It was
cool.
a decent amount that
Yeah, it
stuck
was super
for a
fun.
second.
It was awesome, and yeah,
Super cool. And so, yeah, I wanted to bring that and make you sign it.
nice. Okay, we will definitely.
Take care of that.
Oh, you already did, so I'll sign it in a sec. So for sure. What was the other one? Lindsay Buckingham, Mutt Lang, Neil Sean, Scooter Braun, and who was the 5 and 6?
Colonel
Well,
Parker.
the
Colonel
but then
Tom
also,
Parker.
Colonel
did you say
Parker might
Jim
be-
Morrison?
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
say Jim
Jim
because
Morrison.
I know you love him so much.
No, I hate him.
That's what I was thinking.
I hate that guy.
Okay, there's
And
our.
whoever the Swift. There's a bunch of those
There's our
guys out there.
douchebag family
It's funny
feud.
that like if you asked, that's the funny thing about watching Family Feud show all the time, because there's a lot of times I'm like, oh, they're never gonna get this.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
you get the white Christian family and they say, what's the best BET television shows
Right.
out there, and they're not gonna get it. Or if all of a sudden, you know, they're like, you know, a black family, and they're like, well, tell me what your favorite banjo player is. You know, this isn't gonna work.
Where
Right.
did these questions
Yeah,
come from?
where did these? Someone should have done something behind the scenes and been like, "These will be this fair. It's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
It's at least fair. That's fair. Don't ask me about. You know, tell me how your tractor works. I don't. We're
what's
going to
what-
lose this family.
what's a-
Family, we're going
sorry.
to lose this one.
And they're also like, good answer. No, that really sucked.
Yeah.
That answer was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they're just terrible.
You can even see some of the families go, good answer.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
why
love
do
that
we
show.
bring them?
I've always loved that show, Family Feud.
It's fun to
all
watch.
through the years.
It's
even
good.
even with the what, Richard Dawson, wasn't he first?
That kissed everybody all
Yeah,
the time.
kissed him on the
Yeah.
fucking lips, man. You
Yeah.
can't
Back
do
in
that
the
shit these
70s.
days. Yeah.
Oh, you can't do that shit no more.
I mean, so wouldn't it be weird as a chick because you know you're getting ready to get on there and it's like,
Like,
well,
oh God,
you know,
your husband's right here, and it's like, what?
He
is
might,
it cool?
he
Is it
might
cool?
actually be on the top
Richard
10
Dawson?
douchebags.
Yeah.
Family Feud days, Richard Dawson on his own freaking Family Feud show countdown idea.
It was kind of creepy.
Yeah,
Some weird shit going on.
funny as hell.
And his microphone.
And
Yeah,
that
his pointy
microphone. Yeah, that freaking.
Yeah.
Let me stick a stick in your
just
mouth.
Here.
This isn't going to feel funny at all. Here, let me stick this stick in your mouth.
What?
And he talked all weird anyway. He's like,
did.
"Here, tell me what
Yeah.
you think about this."
What's the one that we watched that is from that on the Game Show Network? The Match Game. That still they show the old.
With Betty White's husband as the host.
Yes.
Yes.
Was that the one?
Yes.
What's his name?
And there's this panel of like 6 guys and they're on top of each
Yes.
other. and
Yes,
that's
they
the
still
thing.
show
Freaking love
Yeah,
that show.
Our kids are like, because
What the
we
hell?
like the Game Show Network, but they're like,
But the music, right?
What is this game?
Oh, that's
How did?
Yep, they play an hour of it during the day. It's fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can't believe what happens on that show.
Oh my, the
What they're
smoking
doing.
and shit. Yeah. I mean,
Oh yeah.
Total ashtray smoke,
Total smoke.
drinks.
Things
They had
say.
drinks,
Yeah.
and they're
Their
nasty.
answers.
it's like
great.
Mad Men game show. Like
Yeah.
if you watch the Mad Men,
Yeah.
back in the '60s and the advertising, and it's really they're not very nice to ladies, and it's just kind of like
You're like, oh, I can't believe they still
what
watch.
the hell?
Yeah,
And
play this.
that's a game show right there in that.
Alan
in that
Ludden,
neck of
that's
the
right.
woods.
Alan Ludden, Jared's got all the answers. Oh, Bev actually said it too. Bev said it. Hi, Bev. Alan Ludden. Johnny Cross, by the way, he says, I stayed for the roast. It changed me fundamentally.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
wild.
Oh my God, so good. Okay, so we've got Screamer Dreamer medication information. Match Game was hosted by Gene Rayburn.
Gene is
Oh,
him.
there it is.
Password was hosted by Betty's husband, Alan Ludden. Right.
Game.
Password. And the password is.
And we were talking match
The
game.
password is Mojo. Oh, that thing doesn't have a liddy
that
thing. Look
mean
at you.
that,
Nice with your thumb.
Does that mean
Is there more?
yeah,
Okay,
we're
we've got
good.
plenty. Okay, cool. Does that mean we're what?
we're good?
Okay. Yes, Alan hosted Password. Match Game was Gene Rayburn. That's right. Gene Rayburn was that guy that had that funny face.
Gene.
Like he had,
Yeah.
he was
I
just
like him.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. Some cool. Hi, Noble. Noble's here. Some cool peeps on this show tonight. You mean Password, Noble? I'm just curious because tonight, yeah, this is some cool ass people. Tyler Weeks, how are you, my buddy? He says, hope you all are well, friends. I hope you are as well, Mr. Tyler Weeks.
Are well.
Right on. Speaking of
weird, 'cause-
smoking on a show,
I really feel. Let's do it. Let's do
fuck it.
It feels weird because we really do watch you every
Yeah.
time.
It's a lot easier
And,
at home. Speaking of game
I mean,
shows.
again, we don't
Right?
watch. We talk about. We don't watch news. We don't bullshit
Yeah,
in our life. We
yeah.
want some reality in my
Yeah,
in
this
my
is
life.
reality right
And
here.
the whole thing is fun to watch. So to be sitting here
Yeah, it's super cool. And this is,
together
so
instead of just commenting, making banging on Jared and everybody
Yeah.
having fun through the comment section, and this is cool.
and we have had you on the show for the full interview, episode 33.
Yes.
In the audio version and video version. So the video version is available on the website, UnsungScreamers.com. Your video, because we were set up over here. But the audio version is episode number 33 to get Jody's full life story kind of idea. But this version is just hanging out, drinking some freaking Jameson and having a good time.
Well, and it's funny when we had Orrin on the show because he was the same way. Orrin Thornton was on the show, and as we were kind of getting the show started and talking about it, he literally was just watching because he was a listener.
He said it, yeah.
And so then I kind of tried to turn the table over to him, and he was like, "Oh, it's just kind of weird to think that I'm on the show because I'm just listening to your voices like I'm driving down the road."
So with the headphones, it actually does that too. It makes you feel like you're like listening to, I don't know, it's just interesting. But some people are like that too. But we've had a lot of people get nervous when they first show up, and then because some people have never done anything like this before. Like my brother, for instance. I had my brother on a couple weeks ago, and he was just like, "This is strange." But about 20 minutes in, he won't shut up.
was
It was
going on, yeah.
fantastic. It was so cool.
That's the neatest thing
How many
about.
brothers do you have?
Just one.
Okay.
Just the one.
Yep.
Sweden?
Yeah, he lives in Sweden. He flew back to Sweden today. Yep.
That's awesome.
And he's coming back with the family in June, so that'll be awesome. They're staying a
Military?
month. No, he just
lives there.
chose to live there.
Badass.
He married a
Badass.
Swede years ago and eventually ended up there. And then now he's married to a wonderful Dutch lady who works at the same school that he does. And we have a nephew. I have a nephew because of that. So that's
Cool.
fantastic. Yes.
Nice.
Fantastic. What is Bev saying? Bev says, here's something funny. I fell asleep thinking I had slept all night. Someone rang the doorbell, and after I sent them on their way, I thought I slept through the night and went and took a shower and got dressed thinking tonight was tomorrow morning.
There's a lot going on.
That's my
there.
stepmom.
Naps do that.
She's
sometimes.
got a lot on her mind, so that's freaking funny as hell. Stephanie says, it gets me through Thursdays, kind of like Tripwire used to. Now I watch from Florida. She lives in Florida now. She's talking about remembers the old
Tripwire.
Wish I
Tripwire.
lived in
So
Florida.
The old Tripwire.
good old
Some
days.
days I do.
good old days.
You got to get the microfilm out. Talk about that.
The microfilm.
You got to go over that
Microfiche.
special. Yeah, that thing. We don't have any of that left.
The
Yeah,
microfilm.
you got to go microfilm to get that. We don't even have that on the computer anymore.
That ain't no damn digital.
That was a long time ago.
Stuff. I do see that
Wrong.
you did also bring candy.
I love candy.
Because you're totally
I
a
love
candy
it. If you
person.
want any of this, yeah.
That's teacher appreciation candy.
Yeah.
It's teacher
Awesome.
appreciation week.
Right
Yeah.
on. Yay.
This is
Thank
true.
you, teachers.
Yay. Thank you,
Yes, it
teachers.
is.
That's
Sandy
wonderful.
teaches, and this is a great week because it's Teacher Appreciation Week.
And you get to
It's-
have all this?
She just brings it home to me.
Nice.
That's
I've been
awesome.
staring at that Reese's cup, actually.
Get all of it.
Yeah.
Eat it.
They used to
So you
bring
know-
teachers apples.
Yeah.
Now
and
we're
now it's
bringing them
freaking
this shit.
candy. Well, it's
Oh, tell 'em what-
It's
2022.
been a great week.
Tell them.
It has been. We had Mexican Village cheese dip one day. Just all of a sudden, they bring
That's
cheese
awesome.
dip and salsa for us.
Nice.
It's a good week. I get stuff from the little student council.
Very cool.
We should have brought the little sign.
So tell everybody what you teach.
I teach 7th and 8th grade biology.
Biology. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Conservation and life science, I guess.
What
is
is-
they
what is
actually
life
call it.
science?
It's biology.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then I have 8th graders that I teach conservation too.
Conservation.
It's actually more of a service class now.
So explain that, because conservation to me means deer and turkey and
Yes,
like.
I just had 9 kids pass their hunter safety
Oh,
course
so it is.
this week.
Yeah.
If
It's
they
exact-
want to.
that
they
is
can
what
do
she's
that.
That's exactly what I
But-
was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh,
You bet.
fantastic.
We recycle the campus, so we recycle 3 schools at Marshfield. Throughout the week, these kids go out and collect it. They
Nice.
help the janitor do things every single day. They unload her products, and it's kind of like it's more of a service class.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I see them. I see who's there, and then I say, "See you later," and they all go out and do their jobs.
That's interesting.
Everyone has a job.
And that's a class in high school.
Of
In
eighth
junior
grade.
Junior high. Junior high.
Eighth graders.
Eighth
Yeah.
grade.
They have to apply, and we go through a neat little
Nice.
process. Yeah, it's
Wow.
fun.
I think that should be a mandatory class. Is
It's
it
fun.
in 8th
No,
grade?
No, it's an elective.
It should be.
Yeah.
Because that's fantastic.
Only a certain
I love
group.
that.
Well, if you're around here, it wouldn't have made a whole lot of sense if you go to school in St. Louis.
If you're in Detroit, we have a conservation. Actually, it would.
Well, the conservation
There's no
thing
turkey in St.
honestly
Louis.
has gone away. I mean, I just let the kids do that. It's a service class. They walk in and they take off and they
Gotcha.
all have they
So it's-
water plants. They
It's recycling. and
take the trash out for the janitor
Nice.
because right now because she can only do so many things. They clean this. They put the tiles in the ceiling for her. I mean,
Oh,
they,
wow.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah,
Very cool.
pick up trash, all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Very cool.
I dig it.
Kimberly, hi, Kimberly. Kimberly says, teachers need Starbucks.
Yeah. Did you get any
Take whatever.
Starbucks?
Coffee.
She's like, I'll take whatever.
They
I
did
did
give
get
you some
coffee.
Starbucks. Yes, they did.
Nice. And
I took the frozen. We had this frothy thing. We got a choice. Oh,
the frothy thing.
It was a nice.
Frothy things are good.
Yeah, it was more of an ice cream treat. I was like, I'll take that over the
Take
coffee.
that. Julia says, Teacher Appreciation Week is in full swing at School of Rock. Candy Monday, Taco Tuesday, Krispy Kreme Wednesday, Pizza Thursday, and coming up is Arby's Sliders Saturday.
See?
Teachers deserve all the love.
Yay.
I freaking love Arby's. I'll
I
admit
swear I
it.
just heard donuts, candy, and pizza.
That's right.
That's a
Those
week.
are your favorite
That's
things,
my,
baby.
that and French toast. We're done.
And I'm an Arby's freak. I worked there.
It's Arby's.
When I was in
every day?
college in Cincinnati, I worked at Arby's for a year and a half, and I still freaking love Arby's.
I eat
eats
there
there
probably
every day?
4 times a week.
It's so good.
I eat
not
The
there.
beef and
Arby's fan.
cheddar.
I do a roast beef
Ew.
double, and I substitute.
You don't like Arby's?
mozzarella
No.
sticks
So
for the.
I'm not a huge
I
fan.
got
Curly
a
fries
to
or-
try to find
no,
something
for
to eat.
mozzarella, I do mozzarella sticks instead of fries.
They have mozzarella sticks now?
Yeah.
Okay.
At Arby's?
I
And,
didn't-
and then I'm the dick. I'm the one that goes, and I need you to drop those fresh for me.
Ah, you're that guy.
I know it takes you 2 minutes.
Right. You're like, I'll wait.
Actually, I go there so much that if I go in,
They drop them.
drop a 4-piece mozz, please.
Mozz.
Fresh.
So funny.
Drop it fresh.
I'm sure they say
Well,
some
I'm
other
not
words
gonna.
too.
I mean, mozzarella sticks cold.
They're
Oh,
horrible.
they're terrible.
They need to be melty. And the little heater thingy does not keep them warm enough.
Ew.
2 minutes.
It barely works on the fries.
2 minutes.
Drop them
Jeez.
I don't
fresh.
understand why
Nut
your management
turds.
team doesn't have you drop them fresh all the time because it takes minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
that car from the order window to the other window after the change and your how hatty bullshit and here's your straw. That's going to be 2 effing minutes.
Bullshit, and here's your straw.
That's going to be 2 minutes. So you should be dropping that shit every time. We're talking about efficiency. This is management.
Nice. Drop them.
How many cheese sticks you thrown away because they got cold?
Talk
Right.
to me, preacher.
Just
preacher.
Just
talk to
drop
me.
them. Drop them when I order.
There are starving kids often everywhere. And you're
Often
just dropping
everywhere.
you're dropping cheese sticks like you just
Like
grow
you're just
on
going to
trees.
throw them away. Just going to throw them away.
Son of a
Back in the day when I worked in, we didn't have that, of course, but we had these chicken sandwiches that we never cooked ahead of time. It was always a 4-minute wait because those freaking chicken sandwiches cooked and sitting in the heater thingy, they were horrible. They got all dry and gross. So it was like always, when I was running cash register, I was like, it's a 4-minute wait. Is that okay? And most people were like, yes, because they wanted a fresh damn sandwich. But some people are like, why is it going to take 5 minutes? And I'm like, I wanted to say, because do you want your chicken dry and disgusting, or do you want it nice and delicious?
You want that shit's been sitting over there for 10 minutes.
Right, right. But we did not have, but mott sticks, I don't see why anyone would even ever have them just sitting in the heater thingy. Like, that's disgusting.
Check it out when you're in there next time.
I will do that
there's
because
an army of dead cheese sticks hanging out over there by the fryer. There's fries and there's curly fries and there's just little like they didn't eat me. They did not come for me.
I feel so lonely.
I'm going in the big bucket.
It's like
It's ridiculous.
It's fun.
Oh, man.
I thought of a question.
Yes.
Let's ask
Okay.
a question.
Okay.
Dano, what was your first job?
My first,
Like paying government taxes job, like first time. Like I had to be 16 to start working back.
yeah.
So what was your first gig?
My first gig was a grocery store. I worked in the grocery. I was able to skip bagging and
Yes.
checking because my mom was kind of a real big deal up in St. Louis at a grocery store there called Schnucks.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah,
people
yeah,
heard of
yeah.
Schnucks. She had worked her way up pretty good in there, and then my older brother kind of was able to get a decent job at Schnucks because of her, and then
It's who
because
you know.
of
It's
my
who you
older
know.
brother, I was able to go straight to grocery, which that was kind of a big deal because it obviously paid way better than bagging, and but I did. It was a night. It was a night.
Stocking shelves.
Yeah, overnight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
At the family grocery, basically.
Yeah. And I remember the year I worked there was when the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card came out and a brand new brand of baseball cards
So maybe not top, maybe
called,
not fleet.
it wasn't Top or Fleet. It was, oh my God, it's right on the tip
But
of
a
my
new
tongue.
one.
It was a new one. And there was a Ken Griffey Jr. card that was like supposed to be like the hot thing. And we were, me and my older brother were kind of into cards at the time. And I was working overnight. And so sometimes I would stock them, but I would get done packing the cereal aisle. And as I was bringing all my cardboard boxes back to the warehouse to crush them, sometimes I'd grab about 6 packs of those cards.
Hoping.
to
And
God.
I'd take
Ken
them in.
Griffey
I'd
was
take them
in
in the
there.
back, and I was opening them up, and I was trying to get this Ken Griffey Jr. I got caught. My manager realized I was stealing these cards, and he was like, he was cool. He was just like, don't do it anymore. I was like, okay. But as I was doing it, I got one.
Oh no.
I got a Ken Griffey Jr. card, and the fucking corner was already fucked, and it was a brand new pack.
But it had been jacked on
But
the
it's
side.
somehow been jacked up in the corner.
Yeah.
Then there's a big controversy. You can find like a big documentary about it on like YouTube or whatever show. It was a scam. That card got actually popular, and then it started getting raging popular. Like Ken Griffey Jr.'s rookie card is a huge deal. So the company started printing sheets of just Ken Griffey Jr. cards.
Back when they were originally printing them.
When they were originally
Okay,
printing them.
yeah.
So then but nobody knew they were doing this, but they
they're
were still
saturating
going
them.
they were saturating them.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the whole company got like major fuckered, and I don't even think they exist anymore now because they were screwing people by
Fuckered.
just trying to get them to buy more cards to get Ken Griffey Jr.'s
Yeah.
card.
Yeah. Put
And I
that
remember
heat,
that-
sprinkling salt in that heat in there.
Yeah, that was my story from my first paying
Like
gig.
Lotto.
like Lotto.
Before Lotto. Where'd you work, T?
So, paying taxes, no. But my first version of a job, I was like 11, and we were shipped to New Jersey because we had lost my great uncle, and so we hung out in New Jersey for about a month. And during that same time, my Uncle Greg had a store called Nan Pratt's, and it was a deli in New Jersey, and it was like it was a deli donut shop kind of idea.
Mafia type shit.
Maybe.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe.
Probably not
There's no
supposed to
maybe
ask.
about it. There's no
Maybe.
maybe about it.
Okay.
And so
Continue.
I learned to run the cash
Her
register.
grandparents' name is Guido. So
Well, my
yes.
grandmother's last name is Guido.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Her last
That's
name.
mafia as fuck.
And my maiden name is Pugliese, so
You 11 years old work at the deli.
yeah.
Okay, keep going.
So,
that's why I love this
think
question.
I was 11, 12-ish, and so I worked the cash register for a little while, but I was 11, so I couldn't, and it wasn't one of those cash registers that gave you the change number.
Right.
You had to count fucking change, and I was doing very poorly.
Right.
Because I was under pressure. So I became my my cousin's babysitter. And he was like 8 months old. My cousin Dan was 8 months old. And so basically my Aunt Angela was like, hey, why don't you take Danny and maybe, watch after him while you're here, blah, blah, blah. My brother was back in the back making donuts, making deli sandwiches, all kinds of
Feeding
cool
trucks
shit.
and
And
shit.
he was only 13. Like
Loading
fucking
trucks up
like-
full of meat
Yeah.
coats,
right.
shotguns, and shit.
So they're working the shit out of us little
Jody's watched a lot of
Cigarettes.
movies.
Cartons
Seen
cartons
The
made out of wood.
Sopranos. I've
Cartons
seen The
made out of
Sopranos.
wood.
Right.
when it came to jobs,
bodies.
I would say that was technically my first jobby job. But I will say that my first tax-paying job was Arby's when I was 18 years old in Cincinnati.
Oh,
yeah,
see?
yeah. I got a job
action.
at Arby's probably the second week I lived in Cincinnati. I needed a job, obviously. You're 18. I was actually married at the time. I'm married.
Making ends meet.
Making ends meet.
Fucking got married at 18. And anyway, and I loved it. I actually loved the people there. It was a great place. And I actually worked my way to working back in a slicer. So I got off the cash registers.
You
I
got
went-
promoted to slicer?
Dude, I went from cash register to fries to
dangerous job.
slicer.
That's the last
Lose
place
a
I need to
freaking
be.
finger.
Right?
Lose a
Oh,
finger.
yeah. How about you with your finger?
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother.
That's a whole
But
other
my
story.
First job,
What was your first job?
What was yours?
I was the first employee of the first subway in Marshfield.
Ooh.
Yeah, they were building it still whenever I got hired, so I got to actually wash walls and do
Wash
soft-
walls.
Sandwich.
Yeah,
You
I
got to wash walls.
But I mean,
Well,
there
you-
was nothing
you were
even
part
in
of it
there.
actually
Part
getting
of it
built?
actually being built. I got
Oh, wow.
hired. Yeah, when I was
Like
16.
dust and
16?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went on to be the sandwich maker.
Ooh, sandwich
Yeah.
artist. Sandwich artist.
Sandwich artist.
Yes.
Gotta be real here.
Yeah.
Sandwich
Did
Some
you ever meet
awesome people?
Did you ever meet Jared?
I did. No, that was after I worked there. This was 92.
He wasn't the
90.
mouthpiece back then. This
90.
is the beginning.
91,
Mouthpiece?
92.
Okay, when you say mouthpiece, when you're talking about that Jared now, seems really strange.
Easy.
Yeah. That was before
Grab
Subway
it.
became kitty touchers.
Oh, don't
No.
be no kitty
I'm
toucher.
just joking.
How about you, Jody?
Oh, that's the mouthpiece thing.
right. See what I got there?
Slow.
See what I'm throwing at you?
Slow.
How about you?
So, Burger Station.
Burger
The
Station
day I turned 16.
in Marshfield?
Yeah, the first.
No, not Marshall.
Your
I have no idea.
Your mafia job, the first kid job.
Right.
My mafia job was I was probably 13, and the Blue Monday band I think needed a drummer, and so my dad and Bud Johnson and Hugh Walpo and Eddie Eugene decided that I would play drums well enough to do that. And
13,
and
love
so
it.
at 13 years old at the Buffalo Bar on Commercial Street, I think I made my first like $40.
Nice.
And from that
was
point
good money.
on, then my dad.
That's what he was paying you as an adult.
Yeah.
That's what they still pay people as an adult. $40 fucking dollars.
$40,
5-piece
that's it.
band, $200.
That's it.
Yep.
Free
yep.
beer.
That's it. No, you know what? It's not. It's not even free beer anymore. It's like 2 drinks.
Half off.
You get
half off.
2
You get
drinks
well.
or half
Well.
off well drink
Well.
or domestics. You don't get free drinks.
Can't give you the Tito's,
No Tito's for you.
but you're welcome to the aristocrat.
Oh my God.
My Burger Station trick was a who you know though thing too, because my dad had a buddy named Mark, and Mark was the manager, and he was doing Dad a favor by putting Jody to work the day
Nice.
the day I turned 16. But that's super independent when you start making your own cash and stuff.
Hell
It was
yeah.
fun. It
Hell
was
yeah.
fun. And those were like
was great.
trailers. Remember the Burger Stations? Like,
Yeah.
It was a trailer, so you're in this trailer, like half the size of
could
this
order
room
on
we're
both
in right now.
sides.
Yeah, it was
Right,
just run-
right.
Right.
Talk about efficiency.
That's right.
It was a grill and a fryer and a little hot thing over here,
And
and
that's
they
it.
were buzzing both sides. And
Yeah.
Northside Springfield. And
There was one
started
over
there.
in the Venture parking lot. too.
Yes.
Venture.
Yes.
Oh my God, that
Venture.
store
Right there
Where
where
the Barnes and Noble-
where Barnes and
Yeah.
Noble
Yep.
is now.
Venture
Yeah.
Kmart. Venture Kmart.
Right in that area anyway.
Venture.
Black and white. Checky.
Holy shit.
One thing I wanted to ask you specifically, referring to the good old days, because I never got a chance to meet him, I never got a chance to get to know him, but how good of a drummer and person was Bobby Lloyd Hicks?
You went right to the sweet spot.
I figured you'd have some perspective on him. I have searched videos of him. I've seen some stuff of him doing interviews and doing all kinds of things. I've watched him play on video. I never got to meet him. He was gone before I had a chance to really get. If I was doing what we're doing now and he was still here,
We'd have him on for sure.
by God, I would have loved to
Holy
have talked
shit.
to
If I
him.
knew that you hadn't met him and he was still here, I would take you to him and introduce you to
Yeah.
him right now.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now. We would stop the show.
Right.
Good night.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like that dude
Bobby
was
a
pretty
freak.
cool
Like,
as
Bobby
hell.
was a freak. Like I talk about really good musicians as being like aliens. You know, like this guy's not real.
Right.
You're
Right.
that way on the piano, Danny. And I no,
right.
fucking
Okay.
humility and
Okay.
all the fucking humble bullshit.
No, I'm
you're
arrogant
an
as fuck.
I know you are, but sometimes you pull the card on me. And
Sometimes you pretend.
pretending I suck at piano. Let me play you this shit.
Anyway, Bobby.
Anyway, so Bobby, how good's Bobby? Bobby was the kind of human being that could listen to music and then go, give me a second, and go over there and with a pencil write out a staff. write the
Really?
marks, write all the shit. And then hand it to you and say, here's your piano part.
Wow.
Oh, you need to know your vocal part? Can you read the notes? Or you need to know the guitar lick? And he could write it all out. He was super freak show talented up here. Bobby, as a drummer, he's like one of the greatest drummers ever. And it wasn't because he had all the hot licks. He knew how to drive the train. He knew that less was more. He knew to give the pianist the piano, give the vocalist the vocal, give the guitar player the solo. Bobby,
He was very smooth.
very laid back, never
Yeah.
rushing. Now, the neat thing about Bobby and why I like Bobby is because I knew Bobby my whole life.
Right.
And so I've known Bobby through good Bobby, bad Bobby, young Bobby, old Bobby, crazy Bobby, mellow Bobby. My whole life, I wanted to be one of two drummers, Steve Zins, who's still alive and lives up in Wisconsin, or Bobby Lloyd Hicks.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You play piano? I'm going to be like Dan. And I'm not fucking around with you.
Right.
I want to be like you. And I never have been talented enough to take the notes and do all the scoring and write out charts and be able to give the whole band their chart and in a recording studio and just like so efficient and so effective. And harmony, could sing harmony like crazy, sang lead from the drums every now and again, played a 4-piece kit, the same 4-piece kit. He knew about tone, because
What's the 45 that we have? Gas Monkey.
we got Gas Monkey, we got Trans Am. He put a
That's
few
Bobby.
of them out.
That just him.
Just Bobby Lloyd
Yeah.
Hicks.
I found one on
Nice.
eBay. I almost bought it.
Don't.
Don't.
You got some?
Got you.
Rewind
that.
Records right
Stop
here.
that shit.
It's
He
neat.
did a lot, and I think he played. I don't have the numbers right, but it's like over 50 bands. Like it was probably 70 something bands. In
Does
his life.
that
And these
count
are,
or not count the recordings that he worked on at the studio? Because he was like always the house drummer there too, right?
did not count that.
Does not count that.
Does
yeah.
not count studio
Right.
time.
Right.
Studio time, you're a working musician. You play for everybody under the sun.
Yeah.
And he played for everybody under the sun. I can remember in the 70s. Okay, so that Just For You album that my dad put out in the 70s, that white album with his picture on it.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby Lloyd Hicks was the drummer. And by this time, I'm probably 5, 6, 7, because it's 75, 76, 77. I'm old enough to understand. And I'd got my first drum set when I was like maybe 6 or 7. and that's the real drum set from the Drum Key and the
Yeah.
Bedell Boys, and all that.
Yeah.
Bobby was playing drums, recording at the studio for my dad's album, and they'd bring that music home. And you know how making an album is, you're just torturing yourselves listening to the music
Yeah.
over and over and over and over.
You get so
Well,
sick of it. Yeah.
There was this sound,
Yeah.
and they were
Yeah.
like, "What the fuck is this sound?"
Yeah.
And it was Bobby's feet, and Bobby's feet were so fast that he was trying to put this little
On
bit
the
of-
kick?
Yeah, on the kick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he might even been kind of doing a heel toe kind of thing, but in his alien freak show mind, this moment, this music, this sound needed this tone and this rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby was a guy that would teach, or that has taught me about the tone of drums, the tone,
Yeah.
not whether they're in tune.
How to tune and
See, the
make
tuning
sure
and
that you're
tone
not-
is two different things.
Right.
The touch of how you touch a drum, and it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's about all those T's, timbre, and there's all kinds of crazy words.
Timbre, tune, tone.
But there's a difference, there's a real,
Yeah.
and the tones that you pull out of your drums by the way you touch your drums. And Bobby was that guy.
Yeah.
He was a genius. And it was just so good.
Yeah.
I literally, my mom knows I loved him so much that I have his hand. You know when you go to Silver Dollar City and you stick your hand in the wax,
Oh
and
yeah.
you pull your hand out.
Yeah.
We have that in our
I
room.
have that. I have that in the pinball room.
His-
Oh,
So it
It's
wasn't
Bobby
original.
Lloyd.
of Bobby's hands.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The
Well, and I
saddest-
would imagine. Go ahead.
The saddest time with me and Bobby's life together was, and I remember, I'll never freaking forget. Bobby was late in his day, and he was carrying an oxygen bottle when he went out, and he had the thing in his nose, and his wife would bring him out, and every time I saw Bobby though, Danny, I would say, man, I just want to be like you. I just want to be like you.
Yeah.
I just want to be like, yo, you sound good tonight, man. Bobby. And then one night at Lindbergh's, he said, I think you can be now.
Oh man. Oh man.
And it wasn't long.
Oh
And
man.
then boom, he gone. And I'm like, and when he told me that, I was like, oh, no, wait a minute. But like he literally, I love Bobby so much.
Yeah. I figured.
And he was good. He played with big boys. The NRBQ, that was probably one of his favorite projects to play with. But
Yeah. Would you say if I go see Papa Green Shoes, this kind of goes without saying, but I'm just kind of being a little gratuitous here. There's a little bit of Bobby being kind of, what do you say, channeled
I play a
through the way
four-piece
you
kid.
play? Yeah.
I play a 4-piece kid.
I love that.
I play a 4-piece kid.
Because I caught
with
a
two
video of
cymbals and a
him.
ride.
I caught a video of him playing live somewhere on YouTube, and he was wild. Like, I think he came out from behind the kit and was standing on top of guitar amps and doing crazy shit. And I'm like, that was when I made the first connection. Like, I knew it was pretty obvious that you must have known him and probably even looked up to him. But when I saw him come out from the kit in this weird, it might have been at Lindbergh's.
He's an entertainer.
Yeah, he was all over the whole stage just being wild, and I was like, that looks like Jody. I mean, that was my first thought, which is when I was just kind of like, oh, well, of course, there's got to be a pretty tight connection there,
Bobby and and I steal everything.
yeah.
Dad told me that early.
We all do
You
that.
steal it. You see something you like?
We all do that.
But
Take
you do realize that so did Bobby.
Oh yeah.
And there's
we
people-
are too
there's
many
people
life generations and lifetimes ahead of the beginning to
Sure, but there's people in this life that see you in the exact same way you saw him. You do realize that.
That'd be cool.
Do you
Now,
realize
I
that?
guarantee
think it would
you.
be cool.
I guarantee you.
Yeah,
No, I guarantee
I'm
it.
one of them.
Well-
Yeah.
When I watch you play, you have that same kind of quarterbacking of the entire band, and I always go back to the tone and the hitting and the passion and there's all these weird little
Dynamics.
things, the dynamics. There's all these weird little things that you absolutely are as a drummer that I can't even have this conversation with a lot of other drummers or any musicians who just. Because that was another thing I was thinking about talking about tonight, and you've already brought it up. Tone has always been something you've brought up almost every conversation we've had.
really important.
Tone.
It's
Yeah.
really important.
When I was in Johnny Q Public, our producer actually came to Springfield, Missouri, and he spent about 6 hours with us in the rehearsal room, tuning the band, not tune the guitar, tune the drums.
No, I get it.
He
Tune
tuned
the
the
band.
band.
Yeah.
Like he would spend an hour or more on just our rhythm guitar player's guitar rig. I mean, it was this and listen and this and listen and whether it goes with the kick and whether it goes with the bass and whether it was tuning the band.
Yes.
And
that's important.
It was an amazing experience. And it's wild how you can hear it so differently. I think Fool's Face is good at it.
Yeah.
Like I had tried to, explain this story to Tara 100 times when our producer came up and tuned our band. I was like, you just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just different. And so we would talk and talk and talk. We're trying to get it. And then we went to one of those Fool's Face reunion shows of cartoons. And right when we walked in, even she was like, and I turned around, I was like, that's what I was talking about.
I was like, what is happening right now?
They sounded like a fucking CD.
I hadn't heard a band like that. It wasn't like, bless the sound person and the sound system. That was great. That's not what I'm talking about.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't the sound system.
It's the attack.
I was just going,
It's the
oh,
attack.
wow, there's something
Yeah.
happening here that I haven't heard in a long time.
The Papa Green Shoes group. That's what. I mean, if it all falls apart tomorrow.
Yeah.
The neatest thing about the Papa Green Shoes experience for me is that we all understand tone.
Yep.
Yeah,
And we all understand the blending of such.
certainly.
And we all understand to mix from the inside out.
Yeah.
Which first, there's 4 of us, so you got to be able to hear at least 3 of us. And that means you might not hear yourself because you're confident enough to play your piano or play your guitar or play your bass or play your drums.
Yeah.
But you better be listening.
Yeah.
And honestly, every player listens to themselves first. So that's a given. So
Yeah.
if you have to listen to all 4 people. We do a thing that's mixing from the inside out. And that goes to play into the room. I mean, one of our favorite rooms in the world to ever play, and this was back in the Cottengim band days, was Virgil's.
Really?
I think we
Yeah.
talked about this.
Yeah.
Probably
I think
did.
so,
And
yeah.
that's still true because the room was so brittle that it gave you a chance to play to the room.
Nice.
And then
Yeah.
when you get to play your instrument to the room instead of to the people, and you're playing for the music, you're in the middle of happiness. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like fun.
Well, it's
fun, fun.
interesting too how some bands who they don't have this kind of awareness or enlightenment, because it really is an enlightenment, and it was forced upon me through.
It took lots of years of people cussing me out.
Yeah. And
Old guys,
and
all
for
the,
me,
all the
it
heavy
was
heads,
for
all
me
the
it
Bud
was
Johnsons and Huwapos and Pauls and
Yeah.
Dick Vons and all the freaking people that I've ever played with my whole life. The Donnie Snows and the Lou Davisons and all the people. And they're just looking at me like, would you quit? Would you stop?
You knew Lou?
You don't need to. Very well. I spent,
You know Lou
I was
Davidson?
17 years old and me, Donnie, and Lou were on the road together. Lou was cool.
yeah.
But they would beat me up, really beat me up. And after a while, you stop bucking the system as a young buck thinking you know everything.
Right.
I'm Johnny Rockstar. I live in the 80s.
Right.
You don't know Tommy Lee.
Right.
But they knew music.
Yeah.
Right.
The one-liner that Stoney and I use all the time, and it came from Lou Whitney, was, would a blind guy dig it?
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's
So
huge.
true.
Everyone to
It's
this
probably
day.
in that book, the Louisms.
Probably
Would a blind
should
guy
be.
dig it?
Yeah.
back
Like
there.
you can do all the suka tuka and you can run around, Bobby, and you
Yep,
can play
yep.
the guitar behind you. You set the bitch on fire. You can do whatever. You can
Right. Right.
play front person.
And it's when you get to that point where you can hear it, it's and Papa Green Shoes has it. And like I say, Fool's Face had it. It's just so
The selfish,
different.
The selfish.
And it's amazing. It's what's kind of funny, I think, about it is it's a musician's thing.
Yeah.
Like a musician can come in and hear the tone of Papa Green Shoes and be like, "Oh, I get it." But like fans, they probably don't.
No.
They probably
Most
don't
like, no.
recognize it
Could
quite
you
as
play
much.
something me and my girlfriends know.
Right, that kind of stuff. But
If you hear it, you can then feel it.
yes, but when you
As soon as you can hear it, then you have the opportunity to feel it.
Yeah.
And when people are feeding you, that's why I feel so thankful to be with the boys I'm with now.
Yeah.
Because Casey, what he does, I feel. What Dean does, even though he's smooth as glass and not real fancy pants, and he's not boop doop 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 doop
Yeah,
all damn
yeah.
time. Now Stoney's tone is like impeccable.
Yeah.
yeah.
His line was, after Tripwire, his line was, "I get to play what I've been wanting to hear for a long time."
Nice. Yes.
And that goes back to tone. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I love sometimes that Stoney's rig is like a little 10-inch.
every time.
Yeah.
It's a,
Super
it's a-
tiny.
It's a Victrola record player with the top and the record player ripped off of it.
Yeah.
The speaker that was in the back.
The speaker
of it.
and the
They used
tubes
to have the big
from the
V on it.
original.
Yeah,
Yep,
Dad
yep.
built that. Dad built that. He just,
and
wood
somebody
screwed it together and
who's just
put
not,
a JBL
who's
speaker
not
that
been
he
in,
thought was killer in it.
and someone who's not been enlightened. They walk in like
What the hell's he playing?
stupid, and it's like I walk in going, "That is exactly right." It's so sounds so good. I love it.
Right.
He pays attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's super
fun.
cool.
I just want to pop in real quick. I don't know if you know much of the Joplin music scene.
Not a lot. Not much.
A friend of mine and former drummer of mine, Tom Cartmel, passed away today, and I just want to send out a little shout out to him and his family and all this, and condolences and all that. So I've been watching his status, and he did pass away. And if you pray, if you whatever,
I do.
think of those people today. So in Joplin, Missouri, the Joplin, Missouri music family are hurting right now. So send out some thoughts to them. He was an icon back in the 80s and 90s in Joplin, Missouri. So
We found an album called Southern Fried. Some band from Joplin called Southern Fried.
yeah.
And
Oh
they just
yeah,
had
aren't you
pic-
friends with them?
And
Yeah.
had really?
Yeah,
They
I'm
had
trying to.
pictures of
Who
some
am I
bar they
thinking
played
of?
at.
Well,
in the
there's
Southern Fried band.
All kind. I know
Who's
the
that
names.
guy you played with at the very first cashew chicken craze?
Gosh.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, but that's not Southern Fried.
That wasn't
Fried's
Southern Fried?
earlier. He is. There's a band called. There's a. Oh, I hate this. There's a Christian band called something, and he is like. Big Skillet. His band is Big Skillet.
Okay,
So
okay.
Skillet is the Christian band.
I knew there
Still in
was
the kitchen.
food involved.
But this
We're
guy-
still in the kitchen.
We're
Right.
still in the kitchen.
but
Kitchen songs
but you're
work.
thinking of Big Skillet who played at
Probably.
at that place, and
Yeah, yeah.
and Robbie is his name.
Robbie, yep, that's what I was
And
thinking.
but he's too young. This one is much more before that, and so was Tom. Tom, I think he was about 70 years old. So,
yeah.
but yeah. Anyway, so I don't need to bring her down, but I just want to say a kudos to him and thoughts and prayers and all that shit to his
Speaking
family.
of sad news, how about the Judds and the present you just got today?
I just got a present right over here. You can't. There it is. From
from
the Cottengims
Rewind
from
Records.
Rewind Records. I got me some Judd's goodness. Look at
There
that
you go.
right there.
There you go.
Look at that stuff. So yeah,
That's awesome.
Well, you're like the country star girl, so you know.
Oh yeah.
it's so funny because a lot of people don't even remember or even know that my roots are based in country, and I spent I don't know half of my singing career singing country music. So this is beautiful, and thank you very much for that.
It doesn't look
That's a
too.
neat
It's not too tore up, and that's nothing else. It's a cool picture of the two, right?
I know.
Yeah,
This
it's
is a
absolutely-
great.
It doesn't have that "Mama ain't crazy."
Which record is it? I'm not even looking.
It
It's
doesn't have that
Heartland.
one on it, but
Don't be cruel. I'm falling in love.
I don't know how many
Tonight,
albums they
Old
put
Pictures,
out.
Cowboy.
We were just actually last night before you even got a hold of us. Last night we were in the garage, so that's where we process records first, and going through them, and it was Women of Country, and there was tons of them, and then the Judds popped up, and we're like, we gotta give this to Tara.
So sweet. Thank you.
Bam, bam, bam.
Appreciate that. And you also gave me a couple more. I've got some.
Well,
some
see, I thought that one was cool. 'cause,
Jesse Coulter,
That's neat.
I mean, people don't know about Jesse.
Waylon's wife.
That's Waylon's wife.
You gotta remember that. That's Waylon's wife right there. And then the other one is over there, which is a classic.
That's like low hanging fruit.
right. It's like
There's
duh.
low hanging fruit, but
Yeah, but
we
on
had it.
vinyl.
We
Of
had
course,
it.
it's Reba. So yes.
Low hanging fruit on vinyl is still okay.
Last one to know.
It's still fruit.
It's
They
still
say it's
okay
good
in
for you.
2022.
They say it's good for you.
I love that they smell like my grandmother's attic.
Oh, they probably do. Yeah.
Oh my god, that is so brilliant. Is that like
and
mold
just like her
and
furniture, it has plastic all over. it.
totally?
Yeah.
How did you know? Because she's Italian? Did you know that because she's
No.
Italian?
No, I'm not making any judgment on your mafia ass family. I'm not going to do that.
And another gift. This is a fun story. I don't know.
I was just going to bring some of this up.
I want to bring this up because this is really fun. This is a magazine called Western Mule magazine that's actually still published to this day. But back in, I would say, the late 90s to early 2000s, I was actually raising mules, and I was actually showing some of my babies, and
You had a subscription to that
I had
magazine.
a subscription to this magazine, and my baby mule, and I can't remember what issue it is, he appeared because he was the only baby mule showed at the state fair that year who was a not even a weanling. He was I can't remember the class, and he won first place because he was the only baby, and he was featured in this lovely magazine here that was published out of a place called Marshfield, Missouri. And lo and behold, our wonderful Sandy here is the daughter of the people who published this magazine. And finding that out was like so fucking crazy. It was so awesome. And this is the most current issue, and you have brought me several current issues. It's freaking fantastic.
That's fun.
And a lot of people are like, mule, like, why do you ride a mule? And I'm like, you know what? You don't know till you do it.
So yeah, what was that like? What's the story behind the Mule magazine?
I don't really know, because here's the gig. They scare me to death. So I'm not. I don't.
You're not the mule
I'm
person.
not the
It's
mule
your
It
dad.
was your
Here-
parents.
My favorite thing is they showed also at the state fair all of the time. That's how they started with a mule. They showed her all the time, and they won every year. And then they started this magazine, and it was kind of a, what would you call it? A conflict of interest.
Oh,
to
I see.
have the best ass in Missouri, and yet
The best ass in Missouri. I love that.
right.
be publishing a magazine.
Right.
So,
right.
I just think that my stepdad grew up using mules whenever he was young, growing up on a farm, and he trains animals. I've grown up with training dogs and
The whole
hunting
gamut.
dogs, the whole thing. And so this was their last endeavor. But I don't know what issue that is.
It's,
30 years. They've been doing it for
Yeah,
quite
it's
some
Right,
time.
a long freaking time. This is volume
They're
29.
They're real fancy people in that world.
Volume 29,
But-
so.
Sandy's not.
Sandy's not.
Sandy's
so,
not.
so
Sandy
the-
goes and makes sure there's water in the thing. They do a special when they leave town, and we have to take care of the
Right,
Yeah,
mules.
yeah, yeah.
right,
It's
right.
like,
I don't have to go in with the
you
mules.
don't go in. Yeah.
No,
Right.
they scare me.
So because I was gonna try to
sorry.
to connect the dots between that life and the Kentucky Derby coming up this weekend. You don't give a damn about the Derby? Or?
No, I like to watch that kind of stuff because Ben, my stepdad, was actually a cowboy mounted shooter, and he would compete against horses, but he was on a mule.
Nice.
And he would
Smash their ass.
He would smash
he was
'em.
the and he would go around doing these things.
You
So
want to see a bunch of pissed off
mules.
horse people.
Believe me.
Yeah,
Hang around
it's just
Ben
some. I
Tennyson.
don't. It's and my kids ride mules, and mules are very smart.
Yes.
They're very trainable. And I just know that just from growing up.
We
from
could put our girls, or Ben did, but Ben put our girls on mules when they were young, right? 8, I'm gonna say
They
7,
were
8,
probably
9,
a bit
10.
smaller. It was scary.
Young,
Yeah.
right? Little
Scary.
humans on a mule. But I knew that mule named Tara knew exactly what to do.
That's freaking awesome.
And so as soon as that mule ran out, it'd run that barrel, run that barrel, run that barrel, run it. All my girls really had to do was hold on.
Right.
Yeah.
And now they learned as they were holding on. But it never felt dangerous because you knew that these mules were so well trained
Yeah.
that they were running with something on top of them.
And they're smart. They're taking care of themselves. And, first of all, they're taking care of themselves, and that's how smart they are. I want to just talk about a story that I was on a trail one time, and I pissed off a bunch of horse people. Two things. One is there was a tree down, so a lot of the horse people took this long way around. And one of the things was, it was over at like Stockton Lake, and a tree had gone down. And so I just took Thor up. Thor is my mule. I still have him to this day. He's 21 years old. Wow. And I took him up this really steep upgrade, and he just went right up to the thing. And the horses tried, and they had to back down, and so they had to take this long way. So number one, I hate mules. That's what they were saying. Number two, there was another tree down that was at least 2.5 feet tall. And so I'm like, all right, let's try this. And Thor was only 3 or 4 years old. He was a baby. And I'm on him, and I'm encouraging him to jump this freaking huge log that had crossed the thing at a standstill. He just lifted up and just jumped right over that thing, knocked my hat off because of the way it felt.
Landed. Yeah.
The way it felt. But everybody was like, oh my God. Like, and again, they all took the long way because there's no way their horses were going to do that. And so, you know, what's funny is that it's not hatred for the mules, it's jealousy. It's jealousy because this guy took care of me and took me where I needed to go. And mules are so freaking amazing in that respect. I'm not dissing horses because I love horses too.
They're beautiful and all,
But
they
mules,
take mules in the Grand Canyon so they won't
exactly
jump off the fucking Grand Canyon.
100%.
A mule is not, they
'Cause
call
they
them
get
stubborn.
They're
They
not
call them
going to.
stubborn.
They're not stubborn. They're smart.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
not going to hurt themselves, so therefore they're not going to hurt you. And I have 100 other stories that I don't want to bore people with because I could go on and on for days and days and days. And I would just come back here. Kayla says they are the Bobby and Lou of the mule world. So
True.
Oh, she's ridiculous.
Bobby Lloyd Hicks and Lou Whitney.
this magazine right here.
Her grandma.
That freaking Larry, the cable guy, called Ben up and had him go down to Hollywood and film one of those Only in America shows. About mules.
Oh, that's freaking great.
And Ben came
came
back
to
pissed
Tennessee.
off. Ben
He
was so
came to Tennessee.
mad.
Really?
Yeah, because they kind of,
Yeah, he came to Tennessee to a
Okay.
mule show.
They kind of dissed him,
well, they were
trying to make fun.
talking about big O thing and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and they were
yeah.
kind of made more fun, and Ben's serious.
Yeah, I
You
know.
it's like,
He's
this is
very serious.
You know, this is,
I have my little mule trophy in the other room.
Yeah.
I should possibly go get that. It's so cute. It's like it's a tiny little trophy because he was the baby, and I got this tiny little trophy with a blue ribbon on it. But that's okay.
that was my joke when I met Sandy because I learned all this stuff because that was real hot.
Oh, that was
like
Maggie.
it was going on at the time.
Yeah.
Her family was going to the state, Sedalia State, and winning every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
Right.
And when they politely come to them and say,
Could you stop coming?
we're really not having very good entries right now because they know you're coming. And so my joke was, I'm going to marry into the number one ass in the state. This is fucking
Ridiculous.
great.
Love it.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous. So good.
He loves that.
I love that one.
That's funny.
It's true.
That's what you call funny.
It's
Is there
a
any of
true-
that Jameson left?
Tis true.
Yes, it's over here. I'm
Do
not
some-
hiding it.
You're not hiding it. Is there any ice left?
Yep.
Let's do some more.
There's no bywater, so we're shooting shots. I don't have any.
There's
more
no
to call.
buy water. Okay, right.
So you're just
Soda.
going straight
So
up.
it's just-
Soda in the fridge.
I have it's bubbly water. It's bubbly water.
Buble.
Buble. Yes,
Buble.
it's buble water.
It's probably better than nothing.
All right, you want to do a little of that? There's some in the fridge.
So for the people that are actually watching, what do you want?
A greenie to make some little shots and shit.
Who are actually watching live, you are playing tomorrow night
Yeah.
down at the Cellar.
The Cellar. We're going
Oh,
back
I like
to
that
the Cellar.
room.
I think
That's
it's
cool.
a neat room. It really is, and they're really nice people. So yeah, tomorrow night, 8 to 11, Papa Green Shoes goes to the Cellar.
Yeah.
And
More
come on.
Yeah.
You know, come on. Well, I like the room. They treat us well. I mean, there's a few venues that our band fits into in town, and they're one of them. And,
Yeah.
we're trying to do like about once a month, and tomorrow night's it. So
That's cool.
8
Yeah.
to 11.
Spread the word.
8 to 11.
We'll be making noise.
Yeah, because
We'll be making tones.
if you haven't seen Papa Green Shoes, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they're a whole different experience.
We
You
like
guys are
what we
fun
do.
because you don't just get up and play songs. You go to an experience. It's like almost going and seeing a theater show or something. It's like
Yeah.
you leave kind of like, I just saw Papa Green Shoes.
That's
You don't leave like, oh, we danced to some 80 songs.
What was the name of that band?
Yeah, right. So
And
it's-
there's always an argument about cover and original bands.
We
And
do covers.
yeah, but you also you have originals.
Yeah, we do. We sprinkle them in there.
You sprinkle them in
But the
there.
covers we do are B-side stuff, and that was a part of the plan.
100%. I totally agree with you.
We wanted to do songs that we wanted to do.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
We do B-side stuff.
And it works.
Stuff from, not real obscure, but different artists. Lucas Nelson tunes. Not doing Willie Nelson tunes. We're doing Lucas Nelson tunes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
different B-side stuff.
yeah.
And of course, you sometimes have to throw the gimmies at them. But our whole thing kind of morphed into being more of a dance thing. It's a rhythm and groove thing. Just go. Add some sax and
Yeah.
and keys and bass, and everybody
And you've got a whole band that sings, and I freaking love that. That's one of my favorite things about you guys. Is as a singer, I have to say that, I guess. But no, everybody sings and sings well, and you guys blend so well together, and I really, really enjoy that. And when you guys, just you and Stoney take the stage, and you just kind of do some songs, whether
Cotton
it's
Boys.
whether it's Chris Stapleton or whatever, it's a really a nice moment. And it's so funny because when you're coming up as a dance band participant or singer or band member, so many people tell you just got to keep it punching all the time, and you can't do a slow song to end a set. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Because when I hear you guys do That's the Difference, and you end the set, it makes me sit there and go, what are they going to do next? Like, that's what I feel when I see you guys do that song, is like, oh, I want to hear more of this. Because you just dance, you just rocked my ass off, and you blah, 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 you were playing with it. But I want to see more after that, because all the emotion that was involved in that song.
There's a balance between being the Bel Airs, which is a dance band. You go watch the Bel Airs, and the Bel Airs, that dance floor is packed non-stop from start to break to start to finish. It's ridiculous.
Sure.
So that, keeping it at whatever beats a minute, or keeping whatever groove, keep whatever head rocking's
That's
going
cool.
on, and then balancing the idea of entertainment, because we want to throw a little entertainment in there.
And emotion.
Well, we did the last time we played, and this stuff happens organically, because when we did the 5 years at the Riff on Thursdays, it was sometimes difficult to think, what are we going to do tonight, Dan? What are we going to do different? You got any ideas?
Right.
What do you want to do, Tara?
Right.
Sandy, Joe, what do you think? Casey, at the last minute, right before our last gig, says, hey, how about we start the show this way, and then we'll end that set with Serve Somebody, which is a slower tune. And it's
I love that song.
It has 8 verses.
Yeah.
So
You've done it.
He says, let's... When we get to Serve Somebody, let's go a cappella. Let's get them singing it, and then let's walk off that stage.
Yeah.
And keep singing.
But when we start, now it's break. Now we're on break. When we come back from break, we start over by the sound booth, and we're just huddled. And the bar's going, and we tell Soundboy,
Bring it down.
slide her down. As soon as Josh hits slide her down, Serve Somebody.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
we take
Bring
into
it back in.
I like
and
that.
we taked in right where we left off.
Yeah.
Did 3 out of the 8 verses, and then went into the next tune.
Oh, that's really cool.
So whatever we can do to change it up, not be the same set, the same stuff.
Yeah,
We're only
yeah,
4 guys and instruments, and only so many moments in the world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we try to mix it up.
Yeah. It's awesome. That it reminds me of times when a band I was in, Johnny Q Public, did some of those same things. We would play a lot of the same scenarios, but we needed to do something different than we just did the last time. Sometimes it didn't work.
Right.
Like
And
sometimes
then you just go back to what you know works.
yeah. You go back to, whoa, man, we had this big idea of starting with this big moody entrance, this kind of like this droney kind of like low voice thing. And at the end of the night, it was like, that didn't work.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah.
But it's part of it.
That's
You
totally
gotta,
part of it.
Until you try it,
Well, and that's
you
the
don't
neat.
have any idea.
I've said it so many times. The neatest part about being with Papa Green Shoes is if anybody comes up with an idea, you can throw it to a thread, and everybody says, "Sure." And then if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And if it worked, well, we're not going to do it next week.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll wait
Right.
6 months, a year down the road, whatever. We don't do I don't run around on this floor all the time doing the drum solo thing.
Right.
Yeah.
We don't do the drum line thing all the time. We don't do the solo thing all the time. We don't do the in and out real emotionally all the time. We don't, throwing a brick through the window. That's one of our lines.
Yeah.
That's how you start.
Yeah.
We're going to start our show.
Yeah.
Well, you can start your show either like in a nice little and you're just grooving. You're in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
Right? Or you could start a slow up with something as slow as, like a ballad.
Yeah. Whiskey and You or something.
Something, really slow. And then you're grabbing people a much slower way. But for some reason, if you have them by the end of that slow one, it'll be easy to throw a brick through the window.
Right.
So if you're in a weird environment and you think, good God, we're one step away from chicken wire here.
Right.
Get your fucking bricks out. Right. We're going to throw a brick through the window.
Right.
What the hell? Yeah.
And it's just, you got to, read it, do it.
I want to come back to, you mentioned Lou Davidson.
Uh-huh.
He was the second guitar player I ever played with when I was 22 years old.
Oh, my.
He was, we had a 4-piece band, and I was trying to play keyboards, and I say trying. And we were on the road. I started freaking, bam, 22, let's go. Yeah, 6 weeks at a time. And he was very knowledgeable. He was a bit of a prick sometimes, I will say.
Yes.
But he was very knowledgeable. And so randomly, we were playing this place called the Riverside Inn in Grand Island, Nebraska. And it was a hotel lounge. Mm-hmm. Here's a road band playing the hotel lounge. And we're playing our country. It was country. Mm-hmm. Country covers, a little bit of rock and roll at the end of the night. And so randomly, it was a very slow night, Monday through Saturday. Fucking kids that are watching Monday through Saturday, 4 or 5 hours a nights, whatever. That's what we did back then. Okay, peace. 2 nights in a row. I'm so tired. Anyway, so
you get to leave your gear.
Shit. So we're playing one night, and maybe it was a Thursday. I don't know. Random night at this place. And he's like, there's nobody here. Let's just do this. And he starts doing some glad morning when this night is over. And the three of us, the bass player, the drummer, and me, starts this and we fucking perfect harmony. We never rehearsed this.
Right.
I'll Fly Away as the last song of the night.
Moments. Yeah.
And it was just like, that was fucking cool. Mm-hmm. Like we did it, and the 4 people and the bartender were like, oh my God, it was great. Mm-hmm. So then you get such a good response from the 4 people and the bartender, and just the band feeling. The band feeling was like, oh my God, that was so good. We did it the next night, which was probably a Friday or a Saturday. And most people were like, this is so great. Like, whatever. And a cappella. There was no guitar, no nothing. Mm-hmm. It was just all of us just singing. And blah, blah, blah. And then every once in a while, we would continue to do that as the last song of the night at 1 o'clock in the morning. And every once in a while, you get the asshole that's like, this isn't church. This is a bar. Right. And then everybody would look at him and go, shut up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because no matter where you come from, what's your background, that song, if you listen to the lyrics, is pretty freaking cool.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got 4 people singing a cappella in really good harmony, and it was really freaking cool. So that was a really cool Lou Davidson moment I just want to share with you, since you said you played with him.
I was on the road with him for a few months with Donnie Snow. And
yeah,
I was
know Donnie too.
And they cut my teeth.
Right.
They taught me well.
And they can be bricks.
Lou would drink so much rum. He was a rum drinking machine. But he was also the guy that would teach you. He actually helped me with timing, because he'd say, you're rushing everything, kid.
He said the same shit to me.
You're rushing everything. Everything's rushing. You're rushing. You're rushing. You're rushing. Right. Well, and I probably didn't even know what a metronome was at the time, because I didn't grow up on a metronome.
How old were you when you played with him?
17.
17.
Yeah, I was 17. And I took off on the road with Donnie Snow and Lou Davidson to the hotel circuit.
Right.
And that's that 70s switch
Sure.
over, the lounge lizard thing. You know?
Yep.
And we probably played 4 or 5 nights a week. It'd probably back down to
Right.
that. But we would do just your typical, Amarillo by Morning, and, all the brown-eyed girls
Yep.
and all the freaking bullshit songs.
We
from back
would
in
do
the day.
Mony Mony and all that shit too.
Lou was a fun guy to hang around with, because he was never, even though he's really abrasive, he was never a dick. It's like he really wasn't trying to be a dick. He was really trying to be more of an educator, is at least how I kind of took it.
And I think after some time I realized that.
Oh, yeah.
But being a fledgling singer's band member, I was 22 and he was already 42 or something. He was like much older than me.
Oh, he's older than me at times.
And so, however old he is of you is me too. But I took a lot of it very abrasively. But by the time he was with me, he had changed to vodka, and he was maybe a handle a week with vodka.
Oh, easy.
And but he was still and he played keys too, harmonica, all this kind of fun stuff.
He understood music.
He did. And so there were times that I absolutely learned from him, for sure. But there were times that I was like, what the fuck, can you teach me instead of talk at me?
Right.
At me.
Right.
I was the chick singer, and he was actually, I have to say this, you'll giggle. He actually was like wondering why I got a full cut of a pay because I only sang and played a little bit of keys. Now we're 1992, right?
Right.
So that was part of
the 60s.
That was part of the Prickville of Lou. But I will say, I think you're right when it came to a point of like he was really seriously trying to educate. He just didn't know how. He didn't know how.
By the time I met Lou, you ain't got enough to bring at me, dude. You know what I mean? I've been living under Jimmy.
Right?
I've been living under all these people.
I didn't have
I've had
any of that.
So many people rip my ass about playing drums since 13 to 17. I spent the last 4 years in the Springfield industry, and these people, you're just a drunk cowboy.
Right.
You know, that plays Telecaster.
Yeah.
So twang your ass on down to the motel
Twang
room, and I'll
your
fucking
ass.
talk to you tomorrow morning.
Twang your ass on down to the motel room. Julia says, everybody's listening to our stories and they're kind of keeping quiet, but Julia chimes in, that story reminds me of the Oak Ridge Boys song, Y'all Come Back Saloon. The most requested by the man she knew as cowboy was the late night benediction. That's a great line in that song. Yep. Man she knew as cowboy was a late night benediction at the Y'all Come Back Saloon. That's right. Nice. Very cool. That's exactly right. There were a lot of good times, and I don't want to say that like he was a total prick, but he was a prick at times. But he also made me strive to be better. I will say that.
Every person I ever learned from was a prick.
Totally right.
Yes.
Right? I mean,
yes.
Right?
I was telling my stories earlier, and
you don't learn from softy. You learn from would you get your fucking shit out.
That's
the
a
street?
lesson for
my
today's
biggest
kids.
mentors that I've had in my life, especially musically, have been so many people I know wouldn't even survive it.
I'll be back.
Because like, oh, you would get your little feels hurt. Like, no, that's what they did. I mean, and I couldn't be more thankful for it. I mean, they've made me want to just
makes us
strive.
who we are,
yeah, man, for sure.
And we can learn from it too, and be a little more, a little softer when we're trying to give direction.
Yeah, and it's funny because with Tara and I've kind of approached her a few times with that same type of a thing, which really helped me. Like when I would get shit on by somebody that I looked up to, it just made me want to get better and better and better. Like it was always a challenge. It was always like, okay, I suck. Okay, I suck. I want to not suck in your eyes, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes I've applied that to her, any advice I've had for her as a singer or anything else. And she doesn't jive with it as much. She's more just like, that's not how I get motivated. So stop
I got
it.
this. I've got this. I've got this.
But so everybody's a little different. But.
Yeah, the harsh approach was always rough with me, and because I was so young and so naive to the whole road. But everybody in my band was way older than me. Yeah. They were all at least 14 years older than me. And
but
so,
you know what my favorite part about Papa Green Shoes is?
What is?
Is that Stoney Cottengim is one of the tallest guys I've ever met in my life.
Right? However,
like Stoney is tall.
He's tall, mofo.
No, it's like shit. Stoney.
Well, and he's built like a football player.
Yeah, like,
that.
It's so funny how fucking tall he is, and he doesn't get any credit because Jody just towers over him. Stoney gets no credit for his height.
Right.
And he's like 6'5".
He's a tall,
He's like
tall
6'5",
dude, man.
and he's like shit. Older brother,
He's
way
a
fucking
tall
taller.
fucking dude.
I love that.
We went on a radio interview with some dude out of the Mississippi area one time, and the guy's like, well, you look like a football player and you look like a basketball player. And I was like, you're right. Yes.
Yeah,
but
we
both-
sure do.
Sure.
Blah, blah, blah. We're both fucking musicians. Shut up.
Well, and that was in the Nate days. So like two monsters and little Nate.
Yeah.
Nate felt really, really confident all the time.
Stephanie Cagle says, this might be one of my favorite shows ever.
That's
How
good.
fun. Nice.
It's been fun.
I kind of paraphrased that. Julia says, one of my greatest teachers was also one that yelled at me the loudest. He got the point across, and to this day, he is so proud of me.
Exactly.
You don't get anywhere by being coddled, and that's for sure. And if Lou had, like, Lou Davidson, I never got to meet Lou Whitney. I wish I had. But Lou Davidson, if he had a better way of teaching, I could have learned so much more because he was so abrasive.
You could have.
I could have.
But a lot of people like Jody
Did.
and myself
Did.
we loved the abrasive.
I had a high school band director that threw me down a flight of stairs.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Seriously.
And he made you a better
God.
man.
And when I landed on the bottom of them flight of stairs, I looked at him and I said, "I got you, sucker.
I get it.
I got you." Right. No one at home. We were in Washington at a marching band festival in high school, and I was being a Sam Foolery. I was being a hooligan with the tuba section. And
Did you play tuba?
No,
Okay.
the percussion line and tuba.
Oh, I got you.
So he was fucking with him.
And we were drinking Jim Beam, and we were
What?
supposed to
In high school?
And he got real mad.
Oopsie.
And it was so I'm kind of, so
Yeah.
and he was just trying to be nice, But
He was just trying to be nice. Oh, I'm just going to throw you down.
I think all this kind of sets up a good thought that I was thinking earlier when you had agreed to come out tonight that I thought would be fun, and maybe even interesting to bring up. But you and I both probably strike a lot of people in this town as being big assholes.
True.
Right.
And in lieu of this conversation we're having right now, I don't hate people. I don't hate Springfield's music scene.
I really love people.
I don't hate. If anything, most of my comments are just
Truth.
coming from that same
just truth, Danny.
Yeah, coming from that same
Experience, the
energy
same
that I've
education.
gotten. Where when I got beat up, it made me want to get out there and prove something even more. And sometimes that's just how my brain relates to motivating and being inspiring. Now, some people don't see it as inspiring. They see it as like, you're just a fucking dick,
You're
bro.
just a fucking asshole.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I don't know how else to. You should go mentor to somebody else, I guess, or something. I don't know, but it's kind of that
But
similar
this thing
thing.
right here says always be yourself.
Yeah.
And
Unless you
I've
can be a
learned that,
unicorn and then be a
that's
unicorn.
one thing we've learned together is that we just got to be ourselves.
You totally do.
Be yourself, and if some people don't dig it, then they don't dig it.
Yeah, but the people that do, though,
Thank you. Just thank you,
yeah.
Yeah.
because I dig you too.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of people I don't like.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I'm not
And
going
that's
to run
cool.
around and get on your show and call them all out in a
No.
middle
Oh,
of a Family
totally.
Feud game. Sure as fuck could though.
We could totally
But we
do
don't.
it. Maybe when we go,
We'll do it as a Patreon, maybe.
Yeah, when we go off air, we'll do it as a Patreon members only. So you'll have to pay at least $5 a month to see us talk.
It has been fun. Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, man, this was
Thanks
great.
for inviting us.
I'm so glad you guys came.
Simple commercial plugs is shop at Rewind Records in Marshfield for vinyl. And
Yes.
we do play
Guitars.
tomorrow. Oh, we do have instruments. And
I know.
such.
I just
saw that.
You got some.
The store's blowing up, so it's getting bigger. It's
Good.
turning into more.
It's fun.
You still have the one location, or are you here in
Just
Springfield
one.
still?
No, we
Okay.
just do the one
Okay.
in Marshfield, and it's really big. And there's all kinds of cool stuff in there. If you,
Moved
I would really think if you-
within the area.
Within the
Within the
same.
same store.
Okay.
we're inside that unique antiques.
Yeah.
But they gave us the whole back corner.
Oh, nice.
And it's cool and it's big and,
Very
and we've
cool.
put everything from incense to record sleeves to tapestries to wall art to
Are you doing your bugs?
equipment, and they
your-
sell
your garden
so
bugs?
I got to make some more, but yeah, I think there's a couple left right now.
Yeah, we still have
but we
them.
do that.
Cool.
And just any stuff that we would think that it kind of turns into decoration, really. But then again, sometimes people pick it up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're doing that.
Do you have
and
any current vinyl stuff, or is it all like vintage vinyl?
Mainly everything in the store is vintage. Now there's a couple of current things, but no, it's really pretty much
Mostly vintage vinyl,
pretty
which is
much,
awesome.
In the 90s, I think is when it kind of stopped. But it's mainly your 80s stuff, and that's really hard to keep in.
Yeah.
You can't keep Motley Crue albums in.
That's fantastic, though.
But then your 70s albums, and then it goes all the way back because we have everything from Broadway, which I just think the covers are cool.
Right.
And then some people love it. And we've realized that we can't put a thing on anything because the stuff we like and that we listen to has nothing to do with what the general public or the public listens to.
Yeah.
It
Right,
blows my mind.
right.
I mean, I can't keep a Rick Springfield album in the store.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Or, it's whatever. It's true. Brian Adams, gone. Okay. Whatever.
Who cares why?
It's fun to just keep buying and selling and buying
Right.
and selling and buying and selling.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, so
working
check out
good.
Rewind Records
Yeah,
if
do
you're
that.
looking.
Pre-Juan Records.
Rewind Records in
Records.
Marshfield, Missouri.
And, Papa Green Shoes is going to play about once a month.
That's awesome.
And we play tomorrow, so we're at the Cellar
Cellar
night.
tomorrow
We're at the
night.
Cellar.
What time do you start? 8 o'clock?
8-11.
8 to 11. Right on.
So we'll do a couple sets. And
I love it. 8 to 11, and you're doing a couple sets. That means pretty good long sets.
yeah, we do that.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I'd rather take a 20-minute break and then play 2 solid.
I totally agree.
120s.
Yep.
Do
Yep.
120 and take 20.
The whole 4-hour night is kind of going by the wayside, right?
No,
We're
thank
too
you.
old.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Too old.
Been there, done that.
It was 10 years ago that I was trying to sell the Springfield bar market 6 to 8. 7. That's 7:30, 9:30 on Thursday night.
Right.
We did it for 5 years. 2
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
I'd be home by Jimmy Fallon. It really was. Boom, over every night.
Yep.
And our age group, I'm not going when we were little, when we first met, we'd go out at 10 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. I mean, and we'd party.
That's when you start.
Weekend.
We'd
Yeah.
start at 10.
Cruising home, 10 o'clock.
How long have you guys been together?
You two. You mean them, not the band.
No, I meant you two.
1996.
1996.
We were married in 1999.
Yeah.
Nice.
Almost 23 years.
Nice.
Nice.
Very cool.
It's so fun
Long
to
time.
know you guys and to hang out with you and to do our speaker calls every now and then.
Hey,
Our Wednesday night speaker calls.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, I
those.
love it.
I love those.
Yeah, we do our speaker calls. Not what am I talking about?
Well,
It's called speaker call.
Speakerphone.
I guess
So we can all talk to each other.
Yeah,
Right.
speaker call.
Group call.
we lay that phone on the island, and you guys, I don't know where you are in your cool ass house.
They're down in the record room,
They're in
man.
the record room
drinking
or
screwball.
Drinking screwball whiskey.
drinking
Fucking
water.
peanut butter. These are the biggest fucking Smarties I've ever seen. Look at this.
good ones.
Look how big they are. That's ridiculous. Freaking
Dollar General.
Dollar General. Nice. All right.
Candy.
So,
Gobstoppers.
thanks for coming by.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for
We've
having
had a
us.
great time.
We just have missed you.
I
This
could
was
stay here
super
forever,
fun.
but there is
And
a
we might,
tomorrow.
after we go off air, we might still hang here for a minute.
just like
so
seeing you.
who the hell cares? We have other whiskey back in the back, but it's not the same. But I just want to go ahead and do the whole promo shit like I'm going to do. If you want to support the show, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Send us $1, send us $5, send us $10, send us $1 million. Please.
all your money.
Help us out because we want to keep doing this. We want to keep updating our equipment. We need new stands. These mic stands suck. So I'm just saying,
Said this sucked, but it
send
worked
us
well.
some freaking Venmo or something because I hate these stands with a fucking passion. I'm just going to say it right there. I hate these stands. We want to update. We're going to build a new table. So send us some shit. I don't know if you like what we're doing. Cool. Awesome. We love you guys, our current patrons. Thank you so much for being patient waiting for more content. In the meantime, this very live show will live on YouTube for a minute until we take it down and edit it and bring it back and post clips and all kinds of goodness. Anything else you want to add?
I don't think I have anything to add. Tune in live every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central.
On the Unsung Screamers Facebook page, YouTube channel, and Twitter.
And check out our Unsung Screamers podcast.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
Ah!